Welcome, Internet, to the Place of Video Games podcast. It's your boy, Dad Ninja Dev, joined as always by Donnie Eat the Hype Reese, who apparently is not a crusty crab today, and
what is that?
Delvin, who will name this episode later Cox. Yeah.
Donnie's not a crusty crab. I appreciate it.
Apparently.
Weird.
I'm assuming that's a leftover from whatever the hell Delvin was doing.
Yeah.
That is correct.
PSXP, which I was listening to today.
Yes.
Sometimes you gotta listen to XP. Why are the arcade machines not on Delvin? Like, you
Our
can't
chat is-
have that glorious background and nothing there.
Oh, I was
Oh, okay, there it goes.
doing a whole bunch of stuff. I guess I can turn it on more.
Put the young man to work. Tell him to go turn them on.
Facts.
He has another job to do.
Give him more.
Okay, that works.
He can do more.
More.
Bah. So, Delvin, you have in the notes Possium update, Michael Jackson.
Oh.
What the hell does that mean?
Oh, Opossum. I was
You know,
Opossum.
I was like, I don't think he knows how to spell opossum.
Probably
Yeah.
not.
Listen, the O and ever. He Possum.
We should put that as the title of the show.
We should.
Yeah.
I like it.
Possium.
Possium update. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
Possium.
Is that your new wrestling faction? Possium?
Yes, the Possium.
The Possium?
Yeah, I like it. That's a dope ass
Possum's
name.
on Broadway.
That's a dope ass name.
Is it?
Yeah, the Possium.
Possium.
I don't
We
know
fuck
if
people
it
up.
is.
That should be our motto. The Possium.
Jesus Christ.
Can't say it on TV, can you?
What
We
happens
fuck
if
people
I
up.
Google Possium?
I
We can't be the first person.
I was gonna say, do you mean possum?
It really,
Even
it's
that's-
exactly what it does. Is it
And then you say, shut the fuck up, Google.
says 12 facts about possums. That's there's not any possum anything here. You've discovered a word, Delvin. Trademark it.
The
before it's
possum.
too late.
Yeah. Look here, you cocksuckers
You
listening to this
still
show.
spelled it wrong,
Don't
'cause
steal the
you
fucking
missed-
word.
You're missing the goddamn O in front of it. It starts with an O.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it
just
starts with an O. That's why it's opossum.
well, I don't care.
Fucking Delvin. This
Spoilers.
is you know what? This is
don't
Florida's education.
It's
system.
Florida.
Work
It's
is
Florida
doing.
at its finest. It's not the Florida.
Spoilers.
It's the American education system.
Spoilers. I don't give a shit. Much like the American education.
Much like
Yeah,
they-
if you haven't, if you
for
haven't
sure.
talked to Americans
the
lately,
Department of Education is going away. Fuck it, we don't care anymore. That should be America's new motto. Fuck it, we don't care anymore. It's over.
basically
you're not wrong.
truth.
It is what it is.
It's not wrong.
So why do you have a possum update?
Because I think I talked about it on Shaq that I had a possum like in my backyard. He was just hanging out there.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. I think, yeah, it had to be a couple weeks ago on Shaq. You were telling me how that possums are generally speaking like friendly animals, and then Rebecca was like,
Yeah, because Rebecca likes possum. I don't remember you telling me you had one.
yeah, I don't own him. The motherfucker just like was hanging out in my
He lives there,
backyard.
yeah.
He just lived there. Well, anyway, somebody killed him. He's dead. Fucker's dead. Like I found him. Like
Nice update.
like update. Someone fucking killed him.
You should have saved that for
Wow.
Rebecca, though.
Wow.
She would have not had me on Shaq ever again. That would have been the end of my Nintendo Shaq career. Yeah, somebody killed him. It's sad, but yeah, I went in the backyard to do some yard work, and I walked in the corner and saw that fucker's been dead for like a week.
I feel bad. I have a lot of guilt. I killed a possum when I was like 14
Yes, you told that story on Shaq. I don't know how you don't remember any of this.
because I grew up my entire life thinking possums were like rodents and that they
Yes.
were destructive and they like, get in your house and
He
nest
told
and
me
stuff.
this, and then he was like,
And then, like,
"Possums
I'm
actually are
watching-
good for your yard."
I'm watching TikTok and everybody's talking about how amazing possum are. I was like, I felt so bad. I was like, what have I done?
Yeah,
Oh, I feel so bad. I think it might have lived actually. I didn't actually like. I think I just like.
I mean,
tried to
they do
attack it
play
and scare it
possum.
away.
well,
They
Yeah.
play
Well, I didn't even
possum,
do
so
that.
might
It was
not
just
have been
like,
dead.
yeah.
No,
I don't think I actually
well-
killed it, but I think
well,
I
spoilers.
may have inadvertently hurt it, and that makes me feel bad.
well, mine was dead as fuck. He wasn't playing possum. That motherfucker was a corpse. Like there was no possum to be played here. If
It is
you
funny to
playing-
watch them play possum. That is funny when they do that.
It is.
Like, bitch, I see you. We all see
We
you.
know you're alive.
And they're just like,
Not- Yo,
Eventually, he's gonna walk away. Like,
Yeah.
if this Possum was playing Possum, this is the Martin Scorsese, the Tom Hanks of Possums. Fuck her head, like maggots coming out. Like, oh my god, this is awful.
This is so sad. Look at this poor Ren. He said, "Can we keep him?"
Nope.
Oof.
oof. Yeah, sure. If your dad buried him in the backyard,
And I don't understand how he didn't smell it. It was like by his room, just dead as shit.
how old is he?
Yeah, that's it. He probably thought it was him.
Yeah, the
He
feet.
probably thought he smelled like that. Like, yeah, that's probably me.
So,
No,
so
it's
did
Possum.
you remove it, or did you have like animal control come in?
It's still there.
I removed it.
Oh,
Okay.
I had to get rid of it because it was like right there. Like, I'm not going to
I was like
leave it there.
100%. It's still there.
No, I had to get rid of it.
Fucking with me, I wouldn't have touched that shit. I've been like, animal control, come take care of this.
Nah, I had to do it.
That's not.
I was like, ugh, this is gross. And it was rough. Like, ugh. Yeah, that was a rough moment. I was excited too because Donnie was telling me the story about, oh, Possum was good for your yard and stuff. And,
Well, I like to be clear. I still don't like want them around.
I was fine with it.
But TikTok has informed me that they are generally like the crazy. Like they will bite you. Don't go do this. But they are generally like very peaceful. And a lot of times, like they'll like flare at you and hiss and stuff, and then you just start petting it, and it'll just like it won't do anything. It'll just sit there. But yeah, they do. They eat ticks and insects and stuff. Like they're not all that bad at all.
Yeah, I was like, all right, this is cool. You can eat the ticks and insects and stuff. My little buddy Possum. I'm starting to grow tomatoes and stuff, so I'm excited for that.
Oh, yeah.
I have it in the backyard, and everything will be good. So I was excited. And now,
You can go scoop that thing up.
Well,
Be like, hey,
you can't
Bury him in the yard. That's fertilizer. Come on.
Yeah, he's gone. R.I.P. homie.
Time to go get another one. Maybe he had babies. They
yeah,
usually,
they
run
usually
in
do.
packs.
Yep.
So
That's why I don't want them around.
I have a suspicion my neighbor killed him
Dun, dun, dun.
because it was like the where it's at is between the wall of the house, and our gate. And every time I would see the possum, he'd be walking across that gate, like in between my yard and his yard. So I'm assuming our neighbor like shot him,
Partner
BB gun or
said-
something like that.
Neighbor said, not around here, partner.
Yeah, I think he shot him.
we don't go for that.
Well, he's Spanish, so he probably said no, senor.
Wow.
Shot him.
Wow.
Unfortunate.
Just
wasn't playing
couldn't speak English, huh? He had to speak.
He
in his
doesn't. He doesn't speak English. He legit doesn't speak
Motherfucker
English.
speaks English. He just chooses not to.
Probably not. He's been not speaking English for several years now. So if he ain't been speaking English to my grandma nor me, he don't speak English unless he just don't like black people. Then that's a whole nother story.
I mean, would you be surprised?
Which is also common for Florida, but it's also weird because our neighborhood is predominantly black. So you're like, all right, so you just don't like the whole neighborhood? You picked the wrong place to live at.
No, we just don't speak English and we get to ignore you motherfuckers. That's how they roll. That happens out here plenty too.
That's a good point.
No habla inglés.
But you live around us.
Mr. Dev. Mr. Dev.
They just come.
Yeah.
They just come to cut his grass. Don't even like. That's why they picked during the time when he recorded. Fix this. We gonna fix this motherfucker.
They were here earlier today, so I ain't got to worry about them. And then it's about to thunderstorm out here, so they got here on time. It's been really weird weather out here. Stupid.
Yeah, they're prepping us for like tornadoes this weekend.
Oh shit!
They've been yelling about it all week. That's when you know it's bad. When they're like 5 days out, they're like, seriously, y'all.
What is going on in this country where like tornadoes in one place, fires in other places?
That's
Not
always
like just,
been the case.
but it's like it feels like it's just extra. Like we didn't New
Mother
Orleans
Nature
have
is
like
angry, my friend. Said,
Nah,
fuck y'all.
this has been the case for some time, man.
it just seems extra this year.
It's not.
Probably wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to talk you. I mean, it is not. Like,
We're always on the verge of natural disasters.
I think the only reason that maybe it feels that way is like the wildfires are usually, as best they can be, contained to the wood, like to the forest area. And this time it came down the mountain and like destroyed the Palisades. So we have like destruction at a human level that we normally don't associate with. So I think that makes it sound worse. But
1,000%.
those wildfires have also taken a lot of small towns that just nobody cared about to put on the news. That happened all the time.
Yep.
We had when I first started in this business in 2007, we had a wildfire that spanned like a third of the state of Georgia. You could see the smoke from space. Like, it was massive. Like, back in like 2000, I think 9 or 10 is when we had those fires. Like, we've always had them. It's just, what's the difference with this one? Though at least, the fire. I think the celebrity part helps a lot because that spreads a shit ton of awareness that the other ones didn't.
Yeah, I wasn't even talking about the ones in California. Like, it's in wasn't it happening in North Carolina too now?
Yeah, North Carolina. Again, but in this area, in the Southeast, we have wildfires too. That's not uncommon. Yeah. It happens all the time. We're on fire danger all the time.
Yeah, well, in Georgia, I'm used to it.
Yeah. They're used to it too.
California, we have a fire season. Like, we don't have regular season. We got fire, earthquake, mudslides. Those are our seasons.
Those are not normal.
So that's California. That's LA season.
We have fire season. Like, no,
yes,
fire season.
Absolutely,
that's a legit thing. Yeah,
that's not
when Donnie says it's always happening. Like, yes, there are always fires. It just typically doesn't get to like Palisades, but they have so much hills and so much brush out there. Yeah, eventually it's just gonna catch on fire.
Wasn't you guys? Correct me if I'm wrong. There's like a windstorm that came out there while those fires were going that made them spread in a way that has never like really been seen before. It was both a directional wind that they normally don't get, and it was like crazy. It was like 70 miles an hour.
It was insane.
It was like a fire storm.
Like hundreds of miles apart, you had different fires. Like, shit was on fire everywhere. That typically doesn't happen.
Yeah, it was moving like water, Delvin.
It was ridiculous.
So when is the Sharknado coming?
Soon.
I don't know.
Y'all talking about our hurricanes. Y'all got fucking fire season. What the fuck is that? Like, nah.
I will take. Man, look. I don't know.
Yeah, they'll look at you and say the same thing. They're like, exactly. That's crazy.
Look here.
Y'all can have that shit.
I'm gonna give you a little secret about hurricanes. 9 times out of 10 when a hurricane happens here, it's not that bad. It's just a lot of rain.
I could say the same thing about the fires because typically it doesn't come anywhere near civilization.
I've been through several hurricanes here.
Peak old man show.
We haven't even
here
lost.
Talk about the fucking weather this whole time.
Goddamn right.
This is terrible,
guys. Possums. This is
no
awesome.
one wants to hear this.
Everyone wants to hear this.
Tornadoes and possums.
That's what they want to hear. That's what they come here for.
Do they? Do they?
They come here for the nonsense and get a.
Is this why you're here, Riley? Games. Are you here for this?
Yes. If they wanted like news and good stories and stuff about video games, we have a show for that. It's called Nintendo Shack.
Possum-nado?
Right. Damn sure not. If they want to hear about movies and
That's
TV
how I
shows,
feel, Yarden. What is this show anymore? I don't know.
If they want to hear about movies and TV shows and everything except video games, we have a show for that as well. PSXP.
You guys are shitting on Batman so hard.
No, not Batman. I said the Christopher Nolan trilogy is overrated.
Yeah, the whole thing. And then you're taking strays of Christopher Nolan, taking strays of everything.
No, that's the truth.
Oh,
I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. Now I need to listen to that shit.
Look here, bro. Nolan. Yo, that Bane voice, the fire rises. Forget that.
I love it. I loved it.
The fire rises.
Get that shit the fuck
Nobody
out.
cares about me.
I love it. I love it.
Yo.
I had no problem with it. I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was great. It was one of my favorites.
Goddamn terrible.
I mean,
why? Why is it terrible?
Bane. It's not Bane, but sure.
Exactly. It's not Bane.
So what? See, that's the problem. You guys come in with these damn comic book expectations of things, and it's like it's different.
But when you go so far from what the character is, then why even call it that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's the problem.
I didn't care. I didn't think about it at all.
It would be like making Black Panther
you have
white.
No idea who Bane is.
I know who he is from the animated show. That's it.
Do you?
And I thought it was great.
No, it wasn't great.
It was.
I still don't understand Tenet.
I've never even seen Tenet.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one either.
I saw Tenet. I was like, I was excited for Tenet too. They're like, what the fuck did I watch?
See, now I want to watch it so I can be like, Delvin, you're fucking stupid. It was this.
Well,
it wasn't just him, it was Haley too.
I am stupid.
Okay.
But, yeah.
I'm not.
And it was Snurks.
She just like destroyed like Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Don't
like,
leave the white man out of it. It was Snurks as well.
She's amazing. And she's like, Maggie Gyllenhaal fucking suck. I was like, who has ever said that about Maggie Gyllenhaal's work ever?
Yeah, why did she suck? I thought she was
apparently
just fine in the movie.
what I gathered, and it might be wrong, but apparently because she wasn't Katie Holmes, I was like, that's a significant upgrade. Like, as an actress,
Why
this
would
is a
she
monumental
Katie
upgrade.
Holmes?
Well, I didn't.
Because I guess she was in the first movie, and then
I didn't like
in
either
the
one.
third movie they
They were
recast
aight.
her.
They was aight.
And it's like those movies weren't those movies like 10 years apart? Like, yeah, I feel like
I
you
don't
might
think they
run
were that
into
long apart. They were
you
like,
might run into some casting issues.
what is that, like 3 or 4 years?
Were they come that fast?
They were close. Yeah, those two were close.
I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I love the trilogy. I do. All 3 movies. I thought they were great. I saw
thought
Dark
one
Knight.
was
I
good.
saw
I thought
Dark
2
Knight
was-
in theaters twice. I liked it. so
Dark
much.
Knight's amazing. That movie's fantastic.
Yeah.
No complaints about Dark Knight.
I like.
See,
all
I
3.
wouldn't have gathered that from how you just shit all over the trilogy.
they
No,
just, like,
no. I thought
they
I think the
destroyed
trilogy
it.
I think the trilogy is overrated. I think Dark Knight Rises is terrible. I think Batman Begins is good. I think Dark Knight is amazing. And I can tell you what also plays into this. Because the fact that everybody keeps telling me that trilogy is better than the Captain America trilogy, I'm like, you are out of your fucking mind.
No, I agree with that.
You were
Yeah,
smoking
that
crack.
is absolutely not better than that.
It's not better than that. Not even close to being better than that.
It is.
No, it isn't.
It is.
You're wrong. It's okay.
The Dark Knight trilogy is better than the Captain America trilogy?
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Wow.
100%.
Well, we had to force you to watch the Captain America shit, so.
And
That is true.
still,
And
like,
you love Batman. So
the
you're
whole
biased.
I'll own that bias, sure.
Yeah.
But the whole time they're going on and on about how the acting sucks and this person sucks and this actress sucks and Nolan sucks and Batman's. I'm like, and y'all watched all those MCU movies. like the fuck? There's so many of them and are so.
A lot
much
of them are
worse.
good.
No, a lot of them aren't. Some of them are good. A lot of them are not.
A lot of them.
A lot of them are good.
There's a few that aren't, and the reason
Agree
why
to
they
disagree.
aren't is because the other ones are so good.
I agree.
Agreed.
Yeah, I would agree that the Batman trilogy is, but it's also because I don't care for a lot of what they've done with the characters. Like it's just like this is stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I agree.
Anyway, you had a Michael Jackson story to go along with our nonsense.
Yeah, this is the actual story. This is the thing.
That's the Florida man. This is something good.
Yeah, this is something good. So,
We'll be the judge of that based on your recent opinions.
hey Riley, I'm about to ban you the fuck from this goddamn show, Riley. Straighten your shit up, Riley.
I like a man
Get
that's
your
not afraid
shit
to
together.
speak the piece. It's not. Hey, it's not just him.
Look here, Riley.
First of all, we can't
It'd be your
trust
own
anything
people.
Delvin
It'd be your
did.
own people.
Okay.
Look here.
I had to force this man to play Ghost of Tsushima, and he finally realizes I'm right. So I just,
And not only that, Dev, he talked shit about that game for years.
yes,
I still do.
Years. You're like, I'm
still
not
do.
playing that. He watched me play like, oh, I'm playing that.
I do it all the time when Jack talks about it.
And then he goes talk to the other
You got
black
a 40,
friend.
Dev? What's going on over there?
Goddamn right.
water.
You got that
water.
Colt? You got that?
Goddamn right.
You got that malt? You got that malt going?
He's following my guy up here. Hold on. Now I gotta pull it down. He is following my man, Billy D. Williams. Goddamn right. Colt 45.
Well, what do we have here?
That's good.
Yes.
Almost
yeah.
as good. Almost as good as the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight's fantastic.
Almost as good as the Dark Knight Rises.
No, that's just terrible.
It was so good.
It's terrible. Goddamn.
So much fun.
I watched that movie and watched the whole stadium fall apart. I'm like, goddamn.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
I'm like, why didn't Hines Ward fall in?
I was so excited to watch the Steelers implode on them. I was like, this is great.
More bias. Got it.
Destroy the Steelers. This is lovely.
That's why he likes it so much.
More bias. It's all coming out here. It's all coming out.
Now, Ben Roethlisberger was in there like, yeah, it can go. Take the whole team. So, I'll tell you what happened. I found this cool event, and it's called Michael Jackson, I Am King. And what it is it's this like tribute to Michael Jackson.
Hopefully they didn't hire Maggie Gyllenhaal.
No, they didn't hire Maggie Gyllenhaal. They should have.
Thank God. Save that show. What a wild, it was so outlandish.
Hey, I don't have a problem with Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Out of pocket.
She's fine. I thought the other person was fine. It's fine. All right.
Yeah, they took the shots at Talia too. Whoever that chick.
That was dumb. That was fucking stupid. I hated that.
Yeah, there was no reason for her to be in that movie.
Yeah.
That was a waste of fucking space.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. Especially consider who Talia al Ghul is. Talia al Ghul's like a baddie. Like that's her thing. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. That's a whole nother story.
So Michael Jackson, I Am King.
Yeah, what it is it's this tribute performance done by this he's called an impersonator who travels the world doing like Michael Jackson shows. Like he gives you a whole performance. He does like all the songs.
Like Elvis. There's like millions of those guys.
Yeah, like kind of like Elvis. And they do it like it's the whole theme. It's it's literally like a Michael Jackson concert. And it came down here, and I freaking had a blast with it. It was so cool. The cool thing about it was him performing. He did all the songs. He did all the moves. He was trained by one of the people who worked on the This Is It tour.
Okay.
So he worked a little bit with those people for which was supposed to be Michael Jackson's last tour and stuff like that. And he has his own little group that they travel the world with. And it was a really cool experience just watching the performance, the pageantry behind it. And it was just like really cool. And it wasn't expensive either. It was like I think I paid like $30 to go see it. And then of course we had to get the VIP pass.
Of course you did.
Which was $20. So because you have to meet Michael.
Delvin, if you give me $70.
so you get to meet Michael. So which was pretty fun. And it was really cool because it was a really cool experience because people are like, I guess people get into the moment and they start saying, Michael! Like, oh, it's not Michael.
Dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I've never been into this sort of thing.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I had a blast. I thought I went into it thinking like, it's gonna be like a cool experience and just see somebody do all the hits and stuff like that, like all the melodies and stuff like that. And I really had a blast with it. One of the things that did throw me off was two things. One, it was a white guy playing Michael Jackson, which I was fine with. That's not a problem.
Depends on what era.
That's what we're going to get to.
What are we going for here?
That's what I'm going to get to. That's what I'm going to get to.
It would have been hilarious if there was two.
Right.
There's like the black era Michael and a white era Michael, and there's like a transition.
Big nose Afro era.
Like if we were going to go full on like Broadway with it, that'd be the way to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
And then at the end, they dance together.
This
Dose Michael.
Man in the mirror that way. Just do man in the mirror with both of them.
Yeah.
That'd be great. That's art, Dev.
I was having fun with it, and there's this lull in the show, and I understand why the lull happened because
Neverland.
You're doing all these Michael Jackson.
Gotcha.
I wish that would have been a whole different show. So you're doing all these Michael Jackson songs, right?
Is it Neverland intermission?
Right, like
little train goes around.
Blinky just wants to play.
that would have been time to leave. But yeah, he did like Beat It. He did Bad and stuff like that. Like this is cool. It was kind of like that in a sense. But then he's like, and he has the Michael Jackson voice down pat, like, I'm gonna play some of my old hits. Like your old hits. This motherfucker breaks out with the Jackson 5 song.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold up, Mike.
If you're doing a tribute,
I'm like, I don't know if you can do these songs.
You have to. You can't not do them.
You don't have to.
You do.
You
I
don't.
mean,
If you're doing a
Dancing
tribute,
Machine, you gotta do Dancing Machine.
He didn't do Dancing Machine.
Motherfucker.
See? Michael Jackson has enough hits where you don't have to do the Jackson 5 songs.
So
You have to.
What Jackson 5 songs did he do?
I Want You Back and ABC.
yeah, because
That's
that's
it?
the one
That's
a lot
it.
of people know.
You gotta do Can You Feel It? Like
He didn't do
it. If we gonna go there,
That's what I was
go
thinking.
there.
He should have did that one. If he'd have did that one, I'd have been all good with it. Like, all right, okay, this is where we at. I like it.
Nah, he's gonna play the hits,
Feel
man.
it? Can you feel it?
He didn't do that.
Man, that's some bullshit.
Oh, another thing I will say about it that was funny is, boy,
Hang on.
because most of the show was like 35% black people and like 60% white people, and the rest
Which is why ABC was on the menu.
And
I'm trying to tell you this for 4 minutes now.
And the funny, no, that ain't the funny
There was
thing.
a bunch of moms there.
Yes, it
that
was
are there to hear that fucking jingle.
Yes, you're correct.
I know I am. I don't give a shit about bad and stuff. They're not there for that, man.
Was one of the most uncoordinated crowds I've ever seen in my life. They was clapping off beat.
Oh,
They start doing the wave, and like people were going left when they're supposed to be going right. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? It was so bad.
Did you jump in and lead them?
No, I said I'm not.
They need a drum major, Delvin.
I'm like, I'm not
no, we
participating
don't.
at all.
We're gonna sit back and just let that happen.
I did like I'm gonna be doing the next 4 years.
Exactly.
These people fighting the rhythm and they losing.
They were clearly losing. And it's Michael's fault because Michael played the first song, and the cool thing was it was this little kid in the front. A lot of little kids there dressed up like Michael Jackson, but there was this little kid in the front who just kept dancing to all the songs, doing all the choreography and stuff like that.
When you say dress up like a Michael Jackson, are we thinking like red leather jacket Michael Jackson?
Yes.
Are we thinking like a white zoot suit Michael Jackson? Like what's the
leather jacket Michael? Most of the kids they were dressed like red,
like
leather jacket.
flowy artsy shirt Michael Jackson. Like blouse Michael Jackson.
No, like
is it
Thriller
blouses?
and like Bad. That's what most of the kids were dressed up like.
All right.
The kid the kid that was in the front actually doing all the dancing, he's probably like 15, 16. He was dressed like Smooth Criminal Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's my favorite right there.
Yeah, he was like throwing the hat and everything. So Mike said, this is a party. This is a celebration of Michael Jackson. The guy's name was Michael too, by the way. But he was like, this is a celebration of Michael Jackson. So, yeah, that's his stage name.
Right. Yeah. What's his real name?
Take a guess what his stage name is.
I don't know.
His stage name, I kid you not, is Michael Knight.
All right.
I'm like, can you use that name?
Why not? You can use any name you want.
You know who Michael Knight is?
No.
That's fucking Knight Rider.
Okay. Why can't you use that?
Right.
Because
I'm sure there's other Michael Knights.
Why do you say you can't
Michael
use
Knights
that
in the world?
Nah, there's only one Michael Knight, Dev. Fucking Knight Rider.
That's
First
not
of
true.
all,
Dude,
half the motherfuckers that were at that concert probably had no idea.
They have
who
no
Knight
idea who the
Rider
fuck
was.
Knight Rider is.
No.
I know who Knight Rider is, and I don't know who the fuck Knight Rider is by his name.
Absolutely not.
It's just Knight Rider.
If 90% of that crowd was in their 50s and white, I guarantee they knew who the fuck Michael Knight was.
Delvin, listen.
No,
that is their generation.
They forgot Michael's Mike.
Correct,
absolutely
Delvin.
not.
We're not going to let.
They
I'm
knew
not.
the
Listen,
car.
I speak for the whites. Okay,
We're not letting this shit fly.
I've checked in with the group. Let me tell you something, Delvin. If you were to pull our
On behalf of the
Discord,
white delegation,
90% of our Discord would not know.
Well, 90% of this goes like 12.
No, it's not.
It's like 12.
dude, we do have some young kids.
Yeah. The car, yeah. No. Nobody
The
knows
car's
the
name
first name.
Knight Rider. Fuck you, Yard.
And this is why you can't enjoy The Dark Knight Rises. It's just you're like, actually, it doesn't adhere to the source material. His real name. See, this is why you can't enjoy nice things.
Look,
Goddamn
did
right.
you see the look on me and Donnie's faces when you said his name was Michael Knight?
Yes. And
It could have been a handful of any Michael Knights.
That everybody
the
is
reality.
spelling the name of the show fucking wrong in the chat tells me everything I need to know.
That's the point we're trying to. That's what we're trying to tell you.
Are not in the demographic.
Nobody's in the demographic. It's you.
Which is why him using the stage name Michael Knight doesn't matter.
Yes, it does to the in the core demo, which is 55 years old watching the show.
It matters to you, and that's it.
That's it.
Again, nobody cares about Michael Knight. They care about the fucking car. That's it.
David Hasselhoff. Oh my God.
So here's the funny part. Michael Knight is an actor on All My Children, and they loaned that name to Hasselhoff for the show.
Yes. That I
So
did.
it's not even the right Michael Knight.
But it is the Michael Knight.
No, it's not. The Michael Knight loaned his name to who you speak to.
No.
He's merely a steward of the name.
He made it a hot line. He made it a hot song. That's how that works.
Oh, Jay-Z, good stuff.
Goddamn right.
See what you did there, and I appreciate it.
Yes, Delvin, I'm just old. And
Jay-Z
you're grounded
know
now.
it is a Yarden.
Jordan.
But see, Yarden, by spelling it that way, you let us know that you actually know how it's spelled.
He does.
Like it didn't do what you thought it was.
Delvin, you're grounded.
I'm just gonna leave this up.
I mean, shit. Just replace that with y'all. Y'all are just old. That's all of us.
Yes.
That's not true. Yeah, but I'm not go to Michael Jackson tribute band old. That is like some senior center shit. Like that is.
Yeah,
all right, everybody, gather around. We've got some entertainment for you today.
Don't
was
knock
this
it
at
till
the
you
Seminole
go.
Theater as well? Did you go to the Seminole Theater?
No. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty good experience. It was a jam-packed theater. They was doing all the dancing and stuff like that. They had the
Was the dancing all off beat like the rest of the crowd? Like
no, the
just a hot
dancers
mess?
were very good. They had people dressed up like zombies for Thriller, and they came in the crowd and scared people. This motherfucker, Michael Jackson, was like motherfucking David Copperfield. Like he would just pop up in random places in the stadium. Like, oh, okay. In the arena. Like, okay. He was doing his thing.
I've never understood the impersonator appeal.
Me either.
For anybody that does those sorts of things, it's really weird.
Nah, I don't think it's weird.
Clearly, you bought tickets to see one. I wasn't saying you. I said I. I think it's
Why would I
weird.
want to buy tickets to watch some impersonator? I can just turn on the television.
I'm more interested in like the psyche of somebody that goes, I just want to like live as someone else.
Yeah.
like I don't want
That
to,
is
you know, like
interesting,
yeah, that's just like there's something seems off. And I don't know. It's like the Elvis thing, obviously, Beatles. Like there's so many bands. Sometimes I think like bands that do it, it seems like a preservation of music thing, right? But then there's like all like the like the street side attractions and stuff you see like in Vegas and New York and stuff.
My whole job is to be Michael Jackson. Like that's just weird.
I remember I went to a wrestling show and there's the guy from The Walking Dead, like the main character, the Coral guy, you know, like I don't know his name.
Rick Grimes?
Rick Grimes.
So there was a Rick Grimes impersonator there. And like he looked like marginally like him, but like not, you know, like what I was like, and he had like business cards he's handing. I was like, who's hiring you to do that? Like he is like he exists. like this character, this actor is still here. Like it's not like they're gone. And we're trying to keep you around.
DVTs.
It was super. No, he wasn't a wrestler. He wasn't a talent. He was just there as a spectator.
Who's hiring
passing
Rick
out
Grimes for
cards.
your birthday party?
That's what I'm saying. Like when I've
That's
interfaced with these sorts of
not
things,
weird.
like I
People
get
do that.
really weird. It's weird, man.
People do it.
Rick Grimes.
That's just people do weird shit. Like you say, like people do it. Like that doesn't make it. That means it's not weird. Like, people do all kinds of weird shit, Delvin. Like, that's
People
what we're
take
saying.
pictures with a goddamn giant ass mouse at Disney World, knowing the goddamn well it's not Mickey Mouse. They just like to live in an illusion.
The kids don't know any better sometimes. That's for the kids. The adults that are like, oh, I gotta go see Mickey.
I don't think the mascots are the same thing. And then these people, they get like cosmetic surgery to make them look more like them.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
You know what I'm saying? There's something.
That's a whole different thing.
I've just never.
I will tell you this about the Michael Jackson guys. They made bank. That place was full to the fucking brim. So if I can pack a house like that, I'll dress up like Michael Jackson too. That place was stacked. They had a drink called the fucking Moonwalker that people were buying like crazy. And it was just a bunch of liquor mixed together and the shit tasted horrible. But everybody bought it. Like, yo, this dude is making fucking money. Like lots of money. It's like, oh, I get it. I get it now. Like, oh, this makes sense. You can make money doing it. Hey, knock yourself out.
Yeah. Ain't gonna be me.
Yeah, I got nothing for you, man. I feel like that also.
I'm glad you had a good time, though. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
There's a lot of things that people make money at that, like, maybe we shouldn't let them. It's not good for society to let them do that.
Well, let me ask
You know,
this
it's like,
then.
well, if you make money at it, let them have it. It's like, that's not a good motto. Like, that's not a good motto to go with.
What's the difference between going to a Michael Jackson impersonator's performance or in a fucking Michael Jackson play.
I've not gone to either one of those. I don't want to
Well,
do
that's
either one of
also
those.
coming down here soon. The I Am King thing.
Play?
Yeah. It's like a
Delvin
Broadway play
is
called
on
I Am
the
King.
Delvin is on the fake Michael Jackson newsletters. He knows all the events that are coming to town.
Your boy loves MJ, so
Yes, I do.
I can tell.
I have an MJ.
Do you have
doll here.
commemorative plates?
I don't have the plates. I have like the.
You don't have the plates?
I have the.
What about
figures here.
spoons? Do you have like an MJ spoon?
No,
Because you're giving off like 70s
you have his
grandma
white glove
Elvis
like
vibes.
in a
Like,
nice.
do you have
like,
the
leather
newspaper the day he died? Like, did you frame it? Like, do you?
No, I'm not doing that.
Did you get the stamps? Do you have the
I
stamps,
have
Delvin?
one newspaper in my house, and that's of Barack Obama winning the presidency. Somewhere
Nice.
around here. That's it. That's
Where's
all I
that impersonator? Where's that show?
It's Key and Peele.
Oh,
have. Yeah.
Wow.
Look here.
I think at least a play, like, is a play like a biodrama? Is it like explaining the story of Michael Jackson?
I think it is. I know it's like really
It's like a
popular.
musical. That makes sense.
Yes, a musical
See
play,
show
yeah.
like that. Yeah, that's a thing.
More Mike content all the time. Delvin will see it all.
Yeah, I love
Apparently,
Keep
I've just
pumping it out. Delvin will go see it if it comes.
keep
to
signing up for it. Yeah, no, there's like apparently there's a really budding market
Yeah,
in South Florida for Michael Jackson memorabilia.
I'm definitely going. I love Michael Jackson. I'm a big fan.
My wife is a huge.
I like
fan of
Prince,
Michael
too.
She too. She also really loves Prince.
See,
I like their music. I'm not going to see their shit.
take your wife to something like that. She'll have fun.
I've taken her to see Prince. I took her to see the Cirque du Soleil Michael Jackson show. That's
Okay, I
about
wanna
as
see
far as
that.
it gets.
I
That
want.
was
I was.
pretty cool.
I was gonna go to the This Is It tour. That was gonna be the one I was gonna go to, and he had to fuck around and die. Fuck that doctor.
Well, he told you that was it.
It literally was it. This is it.
Like he told you, man. Like
This
should've-
was supposed to be it. He was like,
you
no,
should have heeded the warning.
this was supposed to be it. Like, no, it's not it.
No, that was it.
That was
That
it.
was it. That was it.
This DVD that
was
you're
it.
watching. This
That
is
was
it. Yeah. I love Prince too. Prince is dope.
Yeah. I've been to a Prince concert and it was pretty awesome. He had Sheila E. there too. It was great. It's a great time at the Forum of all places. Love it.
Nice,
It's an amazing event.
Yeah.
nice.
You've clearly been to better concerts than I've been to.
Well, I live in Los Angeles, so yeah.
I went to the Bad Boy reunion tour. I can't tell anybody I went to that
My
shit.
wife went to that as well,
I can't tell anybody I went
and
to that
she
shit.
loved it.
It was great.
So why you can't tell nobody you went to that?
Because of the dude.
Delvin has an interesting choice of idols, apparently.
What's wrong with going to the Bad Boy reunion tour? Bad Boy, what's I don't understand. What's
Bad
Bad Boy for
Boy-
life.
Bad Boy was
I mean,
dope.
he's the one that said I can't tell people.
It's
not my fault he's picking
The
idols
creator
that
of
are
Bad Boy is the problem.
In jail and under
That has
litigation
nothing
and
to do
being
with that
sued
concert.
and everything.
This was that. Look, you can set.
That's before we knew.
I'm just saying, there's an attraction
I
here.
don't know
There's
that
an
there's a
appeal
before we
here towards a certain character. Is all I'm pointing out a pattern. Is all I'm pointing out.
Look, not an R. Kelly fan, so there you go.
Oof.
Okay, I was about to say you're
I do
about
not
to hit
like-
the trifecta if you keep
I do
going.
not like R. Kelly at all. Not even a little bit. I saw what was up with that a long time ago. Like, nah, fam. You're not tricking me with this one.
All bad. Did you
All
play any
bad.
video games in your Michael Jackson time, or just Possums and Mike?
Play
40 minutes. No
Play
games.
Moonwalker.
Played Moonwalker on Sega Genesis.
Yeah, I was like a Genesis.
Still on your old game kick.
Yeah, I'm not going back. Based off of this video game industry as of late, like, I'm not going back. It's over. It's over, fam.
It's over for me. It's done.
It's over.
It's a wrap.
It's about to kick
Michael
in gear.
Jackson, Possums, and Moonwalker on Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson and Possium.
Possium, yeah.
Possium. Possium.
Possium featuring Michael Jackson.
Lord of mercy. Donnie, you got DK94. Is that Donkey Kong 94?
Oh, I did
Correct.
play that.
Correct.
Took it back to the old school, huh?
I just put it on Switch Online. I've never played it. I never played
I didn't either.
it. Never had a Game Boy. So,
This is
Because
on
you were
Game Boy?
poor.
yeah,
Yes, it was.
it's a Game Boy game. And it's never been out on anything else.
Is it called Donkey Kong 94?
It's just called Donkey Kong.
Yes.
Okay.
People just call it Donkey Kong 94 because they don't want to get it confused with actual Donkey Kong.
Is this like a port of Donkey Kong Country or something like that?
No, it's its own game.
It
My understanding,
starts off
my
like
understanding
Donkey
is
Kong.
the Donkey Kong versus Mario, the Mario versus Donkey Kong game that came out last year was a remake of a game that was based off of this game.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. Because I started off playing because I heard all the hype talking about Nintendo. I was like, oh, let me try it. I've never heard this game. I've heard it, but I never tried it. And I played it. I played the first few levels. Like, oh, this is fucking Donkey Kong. Like, this is what they're hyped about. Then when you get to that certain point, like, oh, this is completely
It's not that far.
different.
It's like level 3.
Yeah, like level after. I think it's after level 3. Like, oh, this is not Donkey Kong at all. This is a whole different experience. Like, oh, this is actually pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, it is Mario versus Donkey Kong. Like, I see the DNA there. Now, the Mario versus Donkey Kong that I played was a remake of the Mario versus Donkey Kong for GBA, I think, which was not like a remake of this game. People think that, but it's not a remake. It's like a spiritual successor. So this is the OG, I guess.
Yeah.
And when Mario versus Donkey Kong came out, there were a lot of people talking about Donkey Kong 94 at the time and talking about how much better it was and how much people wish it was this game instead and all that. So I never played it, and I like these games. I've liked these games for some time. Now I'm new to them. I discovered these games on Wii U and 3DS. Played the Donkey Kong, Mario versus Donkey Kong, like Tipping Stars, and there's like another one. I really like the one on the Wii U. They made the one on the Wii U. It's like Minis on the Move or something, I think, where you could like draw on the gamepad and you could like put springs down and you get all these little toys to move around and stuff. I just thought they were like, I won't say like I like them, like I love them, they were so great. I thought they were really cool. Like during the Wii U, Nintendo made a lot of like little indie things. I think because the Wii U's library sucked and they had such poor support, they kind of had a lot of these like little cheap spin-off games. And I kind of loved it. And it's something that, like, on Switch, they kind of went away from. And I kind of miss it. The little Donkey Kong game, the little Box Boy game. Like, these little indie things. These very cheap games, $5-10. But, you know, they had Nintendo characters in them. It's just like a cheap way to interact with Mario or Donkey Kong or whatever they were doing. And so when they announced Mario versus Donkey Kong last year, in our circle, in podcast land, I felt like I was the only person that was excited. Nobody on Shack gave a shit about that game. Like, nobody cared. I got it and beat it and did enjoy it and didn't care at all that I paid whatever it cost, $50. Like, I was like, that's fine. I like the game.
I do remember people were like upset at the price.
Yeah, they were really upset that it was $50.
Like, why is it $50? Like,
I guess because these other games, like the Minis on the Move and stuff, they were like $14. You know, like probably because they were cheaper. I get it. You know, it's an easy solution to fix. Don't buy it, which they didn't, right? So it's their prerogative.
Don't
but
buy it.
I played it and liked it. And at the time, everybody was like, yeah, it's fine, but like it's no Donkey Kong 94. So I never played Donkey Kong 94. I never knew of it, to be honest with you. I never had awareness of it. That's like my major blind spot when it comes to Nintendo history is Game Boy Color, and GBA. I never really had them. So the only times I've ever played those games are like the ROMs that I've played. Or like if I ever got one on Virtual Console, which really didn't do until like 3DS. Like a lot of the early portable stuff just never really interested me. So
y'all might be hyping up Donkey Kong 94 a little too much.
I don't think so. I love it. I think it's amazing.
I think it's good.
I love it. I think it's amazing.
I think it's good, but
amazing.
I'm addicted. Yeah, no, I've been playing it nonstop. That's all I play. It's not Donkey Kong. It's not Donkey Kong. It's different.
Donkey Kong.
It's not Donkey Kong at all. It's completely different than Donkey Kong.
The first few levels are Donkey Kong.
It's the first level is like Donkey Kong. Second level, it's like it's different, and then from then on, it's a completely different game. Yeah. It's got like they're like you've got to like get keys to unlock doors, and like there's like little order of operations and things, and like little things you can like jump and fly from, and springs and stuff. It's not like Donkey Kong arcade game. It's definitely. I mean, it's pulling from that, of course. That's what they're calling for, but it's very different. And I like, again, I think the point is that I rather like these games maybe more than most people, because I do love it. And having played it now, I'm on world 6. I have no idea how many of these there are. I feel like I've played this game a shit ton. I'm like, it's still going. But I find it rather addictive, and I like trying to figure out but it's just easy, like pick up and play. portable gaming, right? You can do a level at a time, maybe play a couple levels and put it down. You don't have to be super invested. You don't have to sit down. You don't have to make time for this game. You could play this game for 2 minutes. You could play for an hour. Like, it's just kind of like that. And I like the loop. And I just generally like Donkey Kong. So if Donkey Kong's in a game, I'm generally probably into it.
You're a Donkey Kong guy. I respect it.
And what I remember from the Mario versus Donkey Kong is everybody's like, they should remake this game. Now that I've actually played this game, I'm like, absolutely not. It's like you need to put it in Virtual Console, like, and leave it alone. It's fine the way that it is. Like, keep it. It doesn't need to be remade. I don't think this game with like new graphics and like that Unity and all that, I don't know if it would hit the same. Like, I kind of like that it's retro Donkey Kong.
Gotta give it 4K.
So, but when I've been posting about it, people are like, are you just playing this for the first time? I think that's like, I don't know, apparently I failed people. I'm like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
I did not have
They're shaming you for finding a game.
In 94, I was 7.
Yeah, so come on.
Yeah. 94,
So,
I was listening to Nas and Biggie.
I never had a Game Boy ever.
Right.
I had an aunt that had a Game Boy, and she would let me play Tetris sometimes, and she had Tetris and Spider-Man, and that was like the only Game Boy I ever played. I never even got into Game Boy until Pokemon came out. I don't know what time that was. I want to say like 99, 98, something like that. 97 maybe?
Fuck if I know.
I don't know when the Pokemon games came out. But the only reason I even got interested in that, but beyond, like, I was into the Pokemon craze, so like I was in the hype. But I wasn't interested until they allowed you to play Pokemon on the 64. That's how I played Pokemon, is the transfer pack, because I had a 64 and I have a Game Boy. So
I know that was a thing.
96.
You could buy Pokemon Stadium. Maybe that's why I think it's later, because I didn't get it until Stadium came out. I don't know what year Stadium came out. Can you look that up?
Look that up right now.
Because like Pokemon would be something that I'd see people playing at like the lunch table or the school bus. Like I'd see them play it on the Game Boy. I'd watch them play it maybe, but I never
99.
had one. 99. So that's why I'm going there. So when Stadium came out, they came out with the transfer pack, which is a thing you can put in the bottom of the 64, and you can plug in a Game Boy cartridge and you can play Pokemon on your television through Pokemon Stadium. That's how I played Pokemon. So I never had a Game Boy or a Game Boy Color or a GBA, or I never had any of those handhelds.
Fucking Pokemon.
I never had a DS either.
Me neither.
Yeah.
No DS. I
didn't have a DS.
Since Game Boy Advance. I had a Game Boy, then I had a Game Boy Advance, and that's it.
I guess it's like crazy uncommon, because when I tell that to Nintendo fans, I get like some serious side eye. They're like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
But when like the way I've always looked at it, I've probably said it before, but when I was on 64, the GameCube felt ancient. I was like, I'm not playing that. Everything's like gray and white and shit. And then when I got GameCube, people were like, check out the GBA. It's like, it only has 2 buttons, man. Like it always felt like this, I don't know, like this novelty retro thing, like it was just like behind the times, I guess. Right. And then the DS arrived, and the DS was huge, but like, in my opinion, for like the wrong reasons. It was like, you can tap your screen and hit Nintendogs and draw, and we made a Zelda game where you spin the circle. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Beyonce played on it.
Like, yeah, well, it did not. That's the only thing that you remember about it, is that?
Yes. That's literally the only thing I remember about it. That commercial.
Why didn't you buy one then? If that's the only thing that mattered, I figured you would have ran out to get one immediately.
I'm not buying a DS for Beyonce.
See, like, I wasn't either. No. And like when I saw people doing that stuff, I was like, I'm not interested. And it wasn't until the 3DS. The 3DS literally changed my entire outlook as a gamer, because I got the 3DS because of Fire Emblem. And I remember watching like previews and reviews when Fire Emblem came out, and it was like, when you see pictures of it running next to like a Wii or a Wii U, like they're in the same ballpark. Like the 3DS isn't quite there, but it's like right there though. Like it's right there with it.
I was still stubborn then.
Like Mario Kart 7 on 3DS is like every bit as good as like Mario Kart Wii.
Yeah,
and Smash Brothers on 3DS is
same goddamn game.
It's right there neck and neck with the Wii U version. It's very good. So like the 3DS was the first time where I was like, oh, I gotta check this out. Like they've got, like legit games over here. They did the Ocarina of Time remake. I was like, oh man, I gotta get in this. Yeah. So I got the 3DS. That's like right around the time I start doing all of this. Not PSVG, but married to the game, like that whole like that late PS3 time. I don't know. I don't even know when the 3DS came out. I'm dating myself. I want to say like the Wii was 2005, I think, six. So 2010, 11 maybe. I start like looking around. I don't know. Now I want to check it. When did Fire Emblem Awakening release? Because that's when I got it.
2011 with the 3DS, February 26th.
Okay. So, yeah. So that's when I got into it. And so it's 2012 for Fire Emblem. So I got into Fire Emblem. I got 3DS 2012. And I start playing that and love that entire, like, there's a reason that my 3DS is right here, and there's a reason it's never thought to, I've never even considered getting rid of it. I never will. It's not going anywhere. I love that system. It's one of my favorites. And like, when I say change me as a gamer, I remember being so excited for the Wii U, then living through the 3DS, and then when it came time for the NX and people started talking about Switch, here on Shack, like I was like, I just want it to be a handheld. Like it completely changed. I was like, just stop making consoles, just make handhelds. It's like, because the 3DS is fucking killing it. Like, this is great. More of this. That's kind of where my head was. So the 3DS kind of changed me all the way around. I wasn't into portables at all, really, until then.
I was on the wrong side of that war. I was like, yeah, boy, this Vita is going to change the world, baby. This shit is
you
hot.
were lapping up that Colin Moriarty bullshit.
And then they were like, here's 8 games. Here's 8 games. Like, where's the fucking rest? Like, nah, there's no rest.
They did that. They had like 4 games, and you got like 1 game a year for like 2 years, and that was it.
They're like, here's the rest. Like, where's the rest?
Oh, by the way, the memory card's $150.
Yeah. Like, where are my first party games y'all promised?
Listen, I make jokes. I have a Vita. I had a Vita and loved it.
I love the Vita.
So I don't mind the Vita. But I do laugh. I always thought it was kind of comical to compare the two.
Yeah.
You know, I understand. But listen, it's actually a really good lesson to keep in mind when you see like these new consoles get announced or speculated. You got to remember that if you were at E3 when, you know, Nintendo's like, this is a 3DS, and like PlayStation's like, this is a Vita, anybody in their right mind would have looked at those machines and been like, oh, one is way better than the other one.
I remember the conversation behind that.
Yeah,
People
I bet everybody was like,
about,
oh, the 3DS is dead.
People were talking about the 3DS like this is a toy.
Yeah.
We don't like this. The Vita feels like a grown adult console.
And then
all this stuff.
In the best of Nintendo examples, they showed their prowess when they just hit you over the head with 200 video games that were awesome. You know, like they had Game of the Year games on their little handheld.
And Vita was like, here you go. You got 5.
Beauty and simplicity.
And I love the Vita.
I do too.
I love the Vita. And the Vita was great. It had the OLED. The screen was gorgeous, you know?
Vita was great tech. It wasn't.
It was. As a
it was
kit,
great tech.
As a device was excellent.
It's
as a platform, sucked.
Terrible OS.
Terrible platform. Terrible operating system.
Was terrible. It didn't
terrible
have
memory.
support.
Terrible proprietary shit. Terrible charger. Like it was awful.
But just as a screen, as a device, it's lovely. But it was also complicated as all hell.
Yeah.
Again,
the Nintendo game on there, it's pretty good.
Nintendo, you know, they keep it fucking simple. Like, look, we're gonna make Nintendo-ass games for this Nintendo-ass system, and you're gonna love it because you know exactly what you're gonna get.
I think I shut up Barrett. We were talking about systems of the Discord or something, and we're talking about how confusing everything Xbox is at the moment, which we'll get into in the news block. And I was like, this is why. He was talking about like, do people want this? And like this, and I was like, this is why I've come home to Nintendo. I haven't played anything for months except for this. This is all I've played for months. This is like the lowest spec game machine that you can buy is the Switch Lite of all things, and it's all I'm playing. And there is such like an elegant simplicity to what the Switch is. And Barrett said it best. He's like, it's just a game playing ass game machine. Like that's all it does. It just does that. And I kind of love it for it.
I respect.
So, yeah. 1,000%.
Not Garrett because he ruined the country, but I respect the Switch.
You know, TLDR. Yeah, I really dig in Donkey Kong 94. Like the people are right. It's excellent. Some people think this is Game Boy's best game, and look, I didn't play a lot of Game Boy games, but I'm maybe inclined to agree. Like of all the Game Boys I've seen and heard, like it's got to be up there. It's pretty good.
Look here. It's not topping Tetris.
I'd rather play this than Tetris.
I'll play Tetris all
And I love
day
Tetris.
long.
Yeah,
I bought the Tetris, the compilation thing that they got.
the Tetris thing that has all the Tetris games.
Yeah, like the
same
Atari
game.
50, but the Tetris. Yeah. I bought that. It's physical, so I'm waiting from the Atari store. I'm waiting for them to deliver it.
Does it have Dr. Mario in there?
No. But they did update it. They just added like 3 new Tetris games to it, and I'm like, all right, you guys keep doing what you're doing.
Tetris games can you possibly make?
I think there's like 50 versions of it or something. It's crazy.
Columns.
Well, it's all the different system versions, and they all had like their own little quirks and stuff.
NES, Game Boy.
And then in this game, apparently, I think it has like a documentary like Atari 50 does. It takes you to all the interviews and everything, which is the only reason I'm really buying it. Because I've got Tetris. I'm like, if I want to play Tetris, I can play Tetris. That's not the point. The point is I want all the interviews and everything. But I want a cartridge. I want a physical copy.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't want something like that as a digital game. That's something I want to keep. So
Tetris music slaps, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
It slaps.
I mean, that's iconic.
When I buy my Nintendo alarm clock, that's what's going to wake me up in the morning.
What a terrible way to wake up. You just trying to give yourself like a heart attack? Like just you just trying to induce stress at sunrise?
That'll make me get up. I gotta make boxes.
Yeah. I can see you listening to that to wake up. That sounds awful, Delvin.
That's a good idea.
As he checks in Michael Jackson impersonator calendar. Is there like a site you do this on? Is there like a michaeljackson.us or something that you're a part of?
Yes, it's called Facebook.
Is there a forum?
People just start sending shit on Facebook. And then
that is like some Facebook shit. That is some shit.
That's how you know you're really old.
Yeah, it is.
No, what happens is...
It was the first thing I thought. I was like, that makes sense. That checks out. You should use the Sonic drowning music. That's better than Tetris.
I might actually have a heart attack. That music gives me anxiety like a motherfucker. That music,
Sonic?
Yeah,
the drowning music
when he's drowning.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
No, I can't use that. I cannot use that.
Wake up gasping for air.
Yeah, I think I'm actually dying, so no, I can't do that. No,
ridiculous.
That's how you kill me.
Other than that, man, I had my birthday. My wife made me a cake. We went out last night.
Did
got
you eat
messed
some
up. I
cake?
came home. I didn't go to bed till like 4.
Because you eating cake.
It was a good day.
My man.
Good day, good night.
It was worth it. Like her at work, she was like, "You look so tired." I was like, "I am." She's like, "You gotta get to bed early." I was like, "It was worth it." Like, it was totally worth it.
I don't think you understand.
Yeah, it was worth it. 100%.
Nice, very nice. I have been doing jack shit. I have been playing Far Cry 6 and thoroughly enjoying that. Just Viva Libertad. It's a great time. I'm really enjoying it. It runs lovely on my computer.
Nice.
So pretty. Just trying to tide me over until Assassin's Creed Shadows. I watched this ridiculously long thing IGN put together for like the story of all of the Assassin's Creed, how everything is intertwined and intermingled. And I absolutely loved it. Like, because I love the story of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it's a mess.
The ideal behind it. I love it. And it's convoluted as all hell.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, this is so up my alley.
Valhalla's story alone is fucking insane.
The way it ties back to Basim and like, I was
telling you,
wow, I had this motherfucker is.
You got to get 100 hours to get there, but when you get to the end, it hits you with so much fucking lore. You're like, what is going on? Who are all you people?
I was like, you guys are all just like reincarnated to sit. I'm like, wow,
fucking timeline and shit.
I was going to watch it. I don't have that much time.
There's so many. Listen, and there's nothing wrong with it, but there's masses of amounts of people that bought that game, played it for a few hours, and have no idea. It's like there's so much. You got to keep going. Get to the center of the Tootsie Pop.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm like, I don't want to play a game for that long to get to those
I get it.
Story parts.
That's totally facts. I get it.
So I'm glad IGN did that, and I can just see how everything ties together. I was like, this is awesome.
I remember playing
it.
That's
what I needed.
What? Like I needed to like reference. I was like, wait a minute, whoa. It's like start writing down notes and shit. All right, so Who's he? Oh, he's this person. Okay. Hang on.
Just madness.
Yeah,
It is madness.
It's the greatest thing IGN's ever done.
It's their greatest contribution to society so far. I promise.
Wow. Maybe I'll have to watch it. How long is
Because
it?
IGN, it's like 25 minutes. IGN
not
ain't
too
did
bad.
shit good in a long time. So,
Yeah,
that's
but
me just taking
like,
shots at IGN.
ever, like, they did.
Look, I'm just taking shots at IGN, all right? Because fuck
That's
them.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
I still listen to Game Scoop for some reason.
Really?
That's about it. Yeah.
I did for a long time. I haven't in a long time. It's maybe like a year or so.
I haven't listened to him forever.
I liked it for a
long
while.
time. I did too.
Game Scoop's like the only thing I listen to. That's it.
Yeah.
I
Nothing
think
wrong
maybe
with
because they keep the same people who's been on there for like 30 goddamn years.
So I think I stopped listening to it because they started bringing in new people. I think that's
Once
like
they
when I
start
was like,
bringing in those
this is
young fucks, I'm like, nah, son. You get
Yeah.
these young motherfuckers out my show.
I need my podcasters 40 plus.
Yes. I need my podcasters close to Medicaid.
it wasn't just old. It wasn't a young or old thing. It was just for a while. I feel like it was the same, like 3 out of like 5 or 6 people, but the same 5 or 6 people. And then like, I guess they had like staff turnover. Like they started getting a lot of new people. And I was like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't even know
All right.
you. I don't want to hear like, you know,
My time here is sale. I'm out.
kinda, yeah. And I
Yeah.
I haven't in a minute. It's been a while.
Yeah. I wouldn't have the time to listen to other podcasts even if I wanted to. Just
My podcasting has really dropped off recently. Since our Christmas break, I really haven't been listening to podcasts like I used to.
My
Yeah,
podcast
listen to-
taste has just changed.
yeah.
Like drastically. I don't listen to video game podcasts anymore.
I generally feel like lately,
Because you're old.
the last 3 or 4 months, it's like I don't really know why. I mean, it's work, but like I always had work, but like I don't have the time that I feel like I used to. You know, to game and
That
stuff.
too.
Or at least, you know, I'm not dedicating the time. I don't know. I really don't know. But like I don't, you know, I felt bad. I saw Sean, he's playing Assassin's Creed. And I was like, I'm not planning on playing that game anytime soon. I don't even understand. I don't even know how I could. I can't beat Donkey Kong 90. I don't have enough time for Donkey Kong 94. I don't have Donkey Kong 94 time. I sure as hell don't have Assassin's Creed Shadows time right now. And like I don't know how to fix that because like I'm playing games like I get to play like if I'm lucky like 3 days a week for like a couple of hour or 2 a day.
Yeah, I don't even have that.
You know, it's like I'm just not. And then used to I think I would have felt guilty. You know, for a long time I prided myself on always trying to stay current and bring that to the show. And I don't know. Hope people don't feel bad that I'm not doing anymore. But like I'm just not.
I don't think anybody gives a shit. All right.
They don't.
Again,
Yeah.
this show's not about video
It's
games
more of a
anymore.
Shaq thing than this show. It's not.
Yes.
It's more of a Shaq thing.
If
Than
this was Shaq, it'd be different. This show
yeah.
doesn't care.
But even on Shaq, like I've made time for the big ones. I think I've tried.
Yeah.
You
And
know.
plus Shaq, we have Rebecca.
I'm not going to do a 200-hour RPG thing, but like, you know, I did Echoes. You know, I do the Nintendo. I did Donkey Kong. I do the Nintendo stuff.
Rebecca talks about that stuff.
That's like all the time I have right now. You know, like I'm even struggling to find time to watch movies. I'm like, where is all the time going
Yeah.
between family and work? I'm just tapped at the moment.
It's been like that.
So
It really has.
I totally understand. This is why I play 6 games a year.
only gems.
Only fucking gems.
Yeah.
It's great. But yeah, that's really all I've done. Far Cry 6, getting ready for Assassin's Creed if, you know, Ubisoft, you know, comes through with the goods. Rad bastards.
Counting on it.
We'll see what happens.
Not
If
happening.
not,
See.
it'll just be more Far Cry. But yeah, other than that, that's really all I've been doing. Like my son has been taking up a lot of my time, just dealing with him and his
Yeah, they do that.
struggles and
Is that
my
getting
wife
better?
is out of, we'll see. Like he's had a good week this week, and we're probably gonna take him to a different school. We're probably gonna move schools.
Wow.
Delvin.
Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff. He's just not feeling safe, not feeling cared for at his school currently is what we think a lot of it is. And we had somebody who had a very similar situation, took their kid to a different school, and he's been great ever since. So we're
Huh.
looking into that. and then also dealing with my daughter is about to be in high school. She's thriving. She's doing great. She's the principal's list, straight A student. Whenever her grade slips just a little bit, she gets upset. Me and my wife are like, we do not care if you get an A. Like, you're trying, you're doing your best. That's what's important to us. You don't have to get the A, but for her, she's like, I want the A. The grade slip, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get it back up. And she's in honors choir and all this other stuff.
Might as well make the best of it.
Yeah, I'm really proud of her. She's doing great, and we got her into the high school we wanted to get her into, versus the one that she was supposed to go to. So everything's going really well with her.
We just sent out graduation party invites.
Oof. Oof. She going to college?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where's she going?
Yep. She just filled out her her roommate application or whatever. Mm-hmm. They pair kids up now. Like, they try to find, it's almost like a dating app. Like, you try to find matches.
That hasn't always been a thing.
I didn't think so. I thought they just randomly put people together.
No, that's how it worked when I was back in the 90s, back in my day.
Shit. I didn't say the dorm. I just figured you showed up and they were like, here's your assignment. I didn't say
I was in the dorms, and that's how they do it. They make you fill out this stuff, and they try to pair people up who would actually be good roommates, because who wants a shitty roommate? That's not
That's
fun.
what I was thinking. My wife and I were talking about that. I was like, it's kind of weird. Like, I've definitely lived with roommates, but they were friends and stuff, acquaintances. Like, it's kind of a strange practice where you go to school and they're like, hey, here's a stranger, fucking figure it out. That's a little weird.
Yeah.
My roommate,
my wife was telling me, she was like, you don't have to be friends with your roommate. I was like, what? How are you going to be there all day and night with each other? Like, you kind of feel like y'all need to be friends. Like, it might go a lot easier if y'all were. That seems problematic if you're not. But I've never stayed in a dorm, so I don't know.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, my first year roommate, he was trash, but he also was never there, so it worked out.
So that works. That's fine.
But yeah, well, shit, we're fucking.
I'm excited for her. She's going to be super excited to have some independence and
what school she going to?
Live on her own. North Georgia University.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, some little college up in the woods.
Nice.
She'll be closer to her grandparents' house. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what she's trying to major in, or is she just like, I'm here for a good time to figure it out?
No, it's some sort of nursing specialty she's really into.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Got one kid getting ready to go to college. The other one is
crazy,
man.
I got to do.
Right.
I'm not looking forward to it. I got to go to the graduation, but then I got to go to the final show and the final concert, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yep.
I gotta go to the party. I'm like, oh, why is there so many events to celebrate? Like, how many events do you need? Can we put them all together? Can we have the concert be the music for the graduate? Like, come on. Yeah. Like, no, we can't.
What do you guys do for grad
years
night?
Long? Huh?
What do you guys? What do they do for grad night? Because out here we go to Disneyland. What do y'all do for grad night?
Oh, I'm not going to Disneyland. I don't know what.
I know you wouldn't. I'm wondering, what do they do?
I have no idea what they do, Dev. I don't know. We throw a party. We're throwing a party.
The school usually does something. Maybe it's just an LA thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, the school definitely does that. They go to Disneyland, Disney World down here.
Disney World. I would imagine that makes sense for.
Is that a thing because you're near it? We don't have a Disney World to go to.
That's what I was asking. Is there an amusement park or something that they go to? Because for Hunter's grad night for junior high, they're going to Six Flags. So I was just wondering if there's something that they do in Georgia. I don't know what the hell is a report y'all got.
What are you sending me?
Just shut up and open them up later. Damn ungrateful bastard.
My phone's going off. It's just sitting here one after the other. I'm like, what is happening? I'm talking to him.
Yeah, right here.
Dev, I don't know, man. I graduated and didn't do shit. So I went and walked and went home. Didn't get a party, didn't have farewell, didn't get concert. None of that shit happened to me at all. Damn. I got a letter and I went home.
Wow.
That's all that happened.
That's a depressing ass graduation.
Yeah, because we for sure, as soon as right after graduation, we're going to Disneyland. It's grad night. So
no, I will tell you, Melissa's family. That's honestly is one of the a memorable moment because Melissa had a graduation party. And I remember the time being like, what's that? like I was like, I didn't have anything like that. And not only did she have a graduation party, her entire family flew out. And I was like, holy shit, this family hits different. I couldn't imagine if I could be dying and I don't think family would get on a plane. Yeah. And like she just graduated high school and like the whole family came. Not like two of them. Like just the whole family came. Like fucking 30 of them. I was like, that's insane.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. That's a lot. But there was no graduation party. It was just grad night was a thing in the high school. So that's what they did.
Yeah, that was a big thing. You pay for it early in the year, and they're like, hey, you got to pay for it.
It's graduation package.
She just did prom. That was like this past weekend. So, yeah. I felt early. Does it feel early to you guys?
It does feel early.
That was 20 years ago. I don't fucking remember.
I thought prom, like we did it like right before we graduated.
You know what?
Like, it was like at the end. Like apparently not.
It is March. So yeah, this is about the right time.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's about the
Interesting.
right time.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. Anyways. Enough of our shit. Let's actually talk to video games.
Talk about video games. The thing that we call ourselves. The thing that people are here for.
We are really about that sum.
The sum part. With the sum and some video games. Got it.
Those other guys, everybody got those guys. But LeBron can't have a bad game. Him and AD they both play well, the Lakers going to be tough to beat. But that's the one thing you got to worry about, man. Them young boys coming.
They are down 3-2, but they send the series back to Los Angeles for Game 6 on Friday. That'll be a dandy to watch.
Oh man, I love that one.
That sly smile gets me every time.
It's like,
so
y'all heard that, right?
Right. Oh, it's so good. Sean's here. I didn't see that because we had the video queued up. He says hello.
Hi, Sean.
And Captain Awesome says no party. Yeah, no, man, no party, man. I got nothing. I got invited to Melissa's party. That's what I got. I got to go to her graduation party. So, yeah. All right. We have some fun news tonight. Actually, a little bit better than we've had for several weeks. Mark Cerny praises FSR 4, which is like all the rage right now with the new AMD card that just came out. And he says the similar update for PSSR, the pisser, is scheduled for 2026. Our target is to have something very similar to FSR 4's upscaler available for PS5 Pro for 2026 titles, the next evolution of the pisser. So, Delvin, that console you bought, it's going to be awesome next year.
One more year. Just gotta wait. Just gotta live. Just gotta live one more year. Just gotta survive.
It'll be extra crispy in 2026.
I'm excited.
Yeah?
Maybe it'll have some games on it.
Nah. Don't get crazy now.
Now I'm asking too much.
Yeah.
We'll have some Xbox games on it. Xbox, make me some good games for the play on my PS5.
They're working on it. They're trying.
We got you down.
I think that's cool. I mean, it's nice that I guess they can't do it. I guess they don't have any cores or chips or whatever to run any sort of upscaling on the old stuff, right? Do you need dedicated hardware for FSR? Because I think they're putting FSR on Switch.
Do you have to have and this is FSR 4?
Yeah,
not just regular FSR.
Right,
FSR
of course.
4, you have to have God damn it, I forgot what version of AMD chipset it is, but there's a certain chipset where you have to have
RDNA technology or something. You got to have to a certain standard. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense. I think it's cool that we're seeing some of these like PC-like things. At least we expanded into console. I feel like, I don't want to say I feel like
we'll see.
It definitely is. That is the future of console. Is they're going to start bringing more of this upscaling stuff into it because the return on investment for silicon just isn't there. You can't keep slapping more RAM. It's just going to make everything more expensive. So the only way to find leaps is to do what you're doing more efficiently. And I feel like that's... But the crazy thing is I feel like that's the future, but also nobody but Nintendo is working with NVIDIA, who are leading at that. Like it feels like that's their strength. But because of the cost, it doesn't make sense in the console space. Like you keep I keep wondering, like, man, this would make a lot more sense for somebody to just jump ship. you know, and like
Yes,
have
yeah.
DLSS powered and shit into the console. Like that would seem like that would be a win-win.
It would if it didn't cost so much. That's
Yeah.
the problem. It's just
I mean,
it
hey.
is cost efficient, and to the console gamer, they can't fucking tell the difference. Like that's just it. And if you look at the FSR 4 compared to DLSS, it's really fucking close at this point. Like
Nice.
they're really
I haven't looked into that, but I mean,
my
my experience from gaming on my PC for the
Yeah.
last several years is DLSS fucking crushes FSR.
it crushes FSR 3. FSR 3 is
Like
fast.
it's just like not even
FSR
fucking
4?
close.
It's
it
they're,
was
they're
like-
really close.
XESS was better than FSR for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
But I've been hearing how great FSR 4 is.
Mm-hmm.
My take on it. Listen, I've listened to like a Digital Foundry podcast, and I saw like a article in The Verge or Engadget about it. So I'm not well read on it. But my take was that like image quality, like 4K is like pretty much like on par. It's very good. And like maybe the only downside is that it maybe doesn't do ray tracing quite as well, which who gives a fuck? Like,
Yeah.
turn all
Ray
that shit off
tracing isn't as
anywhere.
Good. There's still a little bit more like fuzziness in motion, but again, like you're not. It's you have
It's
to.
a big
really
leap from where we
nitpick
were.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like
huge up leap.
I wonder how long until they can get FSR 4 tech into some of these handhelds.
Yeah, I want.
I imagine the chipset that they're on can't do it, but like maybe
It's
the
the
next
chipset.
one can,
Yeah, maybe.
because that would go a long way. Because we don't have DLSS powered handhelds;
Nope.
it's all AMD,
It's too expensive.
right? And the Switch, whatever the Switch is doing with DLSS, I expect to be on a very minor level. Like they're not deploying the powers of NVIDIA; like that's not happening. They're like, we'll use it a little bit. They're gonna have like their own version of DL. It's like a DLSS demake probably. You know, so
Yeah.
fucking
No
DLSS
UPS.
retro.
No PP.
Yeah. Death Stranding 2 was announced at South by Southwest, right? Is that
Speaking of things, I don't know what it
Yeah.
means.
there was a full trailer. The game releases June 26th. There's a digital deluxe edition for $80. There's a collector's edition for $230. Comes with a statue, art cards, and a letter from Kojima.
Does it come with the actual baby?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Delvin, you'll be excited to hear that Kojima Productions has announced to be launching a worldwide music tour featuring music from Death Stranding games.
I would not.
Starts
be
in
excited to hear
November. I don't know. And Michael Jackson might be there.
that. Well,
Is he in Death Stranding?
He's dead.
I just feel like everybody's in Death Stranding. I wouldn't put it past Kojima at all to have Michael Jackson in Death Stranding. Like, is he in there?
I think
he might
Kojima
be in
did
there.
Model some characters after Michael Jackson, like some
Yeah,
of
it's
his
like,
games.
you know, everybody's in. Conan's in there. Like all kinds of like people are in there. So I have no interest in Death Stranding whatsoever. I tried to play the first one. I didn't get into it.
like
but
the first one.
I will acknowledge I watched some of the trailer. Gorgeous game. First one was gorgeous too. I mean, it's a beautiful. Game.
You're not gonna like Death Stranding.
Oh, I'm not.
This is
I'm not.
for you.
I'm not. I couldn't play it if I wanted to. I don't have a console. Like, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, so I know
It'll
it's
be
not
on
for me,
Steam.
but it's pretty. It will be like what, like 2 years from now?
2
or whatever
years
it is?
later, yeah.
Yeah, it's exclusive, right? It's
Yeah.
exclusive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
They can keep that shit.
you got to stack.
I kind of
boxes.
wish I was into it. It looks fun. Like, but I played the first one. I was like, I'm not doing this.
I enjoyed it. I
You
liked
know,
it
like
a lot.
some like weird balancing
I
walking
just want to
simulator.
watch
It's
the
like,
story.
I don't want to do this.
I don't want to play any of that. None of that looks like it's fun to play. Just give me the damn convoluted ass Kojima story. That's all. I
They
want.
did. There's a character in there that basically looks like Snake.
Yeah,
I don't know the context of the character, but it's like that's Solid Snake. We all
Yeah,
know what's going on here.
He said he made that character to surpass Mads Mikkelsen's performance from the last one.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the premise of that character, according to Kojima.
When I hear Death Stranding, I think Elaine, and I hope she finds the game and loves it because she loved the first one. So I hope
Where
she's
we at,
all into
Elaine?
it. Yeah. We've got some Ubi drama to talk about. This is an article from IGN today.
every
Delvin.
week.
A shareholder, a minority shareholder, is trying to rally together a protest outside the Ubisoft offices, and they've claimed and they're asking for a change in leadership and management. They've alleged that Ubisoft has not been transparent about its decision making accusing the corporation of hiding information from shareholders, including the Assassin's Creed Mirage DLC partnership with the Saudi-owned Savvy Games Group. And then the juicy part, the headline that's going around today, is that they've alleged that Ubisoft has had discussions with Microsoft and EA and others about divesting in IP from Ubisoft. And that management did not inform the shareholders that they were having these talks. So, of course, they didn't, because they don't want it to leak. So, I'm not surprised by that. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to let you know, based on the report that I read from IGN, which I have not had the time, because this came out this afternoon, I've not had the time to cross-read. I think this is a nothing story. Just full point. It's like a disgruntled investor that really doesn't mean a whole lot or has any decision-making.
I agree.
But I think it's fun to talk about. If Ubisoft was to cut franchises loose to other companies, do you have somebody you have in mind? Is there something you would like to see them move? My read on the matter is if Ubisoft is looking to divest, my read would be that they would be looking to essentially slim down and keep their most profitable things. So I would imagine, if this was true, say these conversations were happening, I would imagine that the conversation would be like, we just want to make Assassin's Creed. So how do we get rid of everything else?
I have an answer.
Because that would make them sleeker and more profitable. I think that'd be the idea.
Sell Watch Dogs.
I totally think Watch Dogs would be one of the ones that's up for sale.
If you're not going to do anything with it, let somebody else do something with it, bro.
Do you got an idea on who?
That I don't know.
I think Watch Dogs feels like an EA franchise.
I was thinking EA, but then I also think EA's been fucking up shit lately. So I'm not sure.
EA or BioWare?
They've been also been fucking up shit lately.
Same picture.
They both been fucking up shit lately. So,
I think Respawn could do a lot with Watch Dogs.
Respawn could,
Yeah.
but I don't trust them to give that to Respawn.
I think they could do a lot. Like everything they did with the Star Wars game you like. Right? Mm-hmm. I could apply a lot of that to a Watch Dogs game. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I think Respawn could be fine. But don't give Respawn shit unless it's Titanfall 3.
Ooh, so I want to throw one out to the kid. He says, sell Rayman to Nintendo. Fucking absolutely. Like, let's 100%, let's get that done. Somebody go save Rayman so we can make a Rayman game again. That'd be great. Because apparently it's not cool enough or profitable enough for Ubisoft to be fucking interested. So, yeah, give that to somebody that'll do something with it.
Rayman. Ugh.
I love Rayman.
Rayman's cool.
It's fun. Why are you doing that?
It's just I've never understood that type of that's
Fun?
Platformer.
He doesn't understand fun.
Apparently not. Like any sort of platformer, he's just like
fun to me. Ugh.
yeah. It's like the
These
foundation.
motherfuckers are having fun.
It's like the foundation of gaming, and Dev's like, ugh.
Yeah, can we move on? We've moved on from that. Like, we don't need
Give
that
me something
anymore.
depressing.
Yeah, I think people maybe read this news and they're thinking like Far Cry and Assassin's Creed and we'll get Micro. I wouldn't look at this situation like that. Yeah. I would think Ubisoft would go, what are our good things? And let's keep those. And then let's get rid of all the other stuff that's not as good. Right? Because that would make their books look better and they could cut those development costs. So like I would see them like, let's keep The Crew and Far Cry and Creed. And then like, can we shed Beyond Good and Evil, Ghosts, stuff like that.
Yes.
Anyway.
Beyond Good and Evil. They'd have to have Beyond Good and Evil to get rid of it.
Headlines. The Lego chief has told the Financial Times that Lego is beginning the process of moving all game dev in-house versus licensing out Lego. Now, for dev, this means nothing. For the rest of us, this is actually this could be a big deal. I was actually surprised that I didn't see like more things pick up on this. Because Lego licenses out a shit ton. They've licensed to 2K, they've licensed to Epic, they licensed to TT, all their shit is licensed. So like what does that mean if they bring it in-house? Like if they're not acquiring developers and bringing it in-house to make their own games, like are those good games? I don't want to say
a bad idea in this current.
Kinda, yeah. Like I don't.
Sounds terrible.
My reaction to hearing that isn't immediately positive. Doesn't mean it can't be, but my immediate reaction is that doesn't sound great.
Has Lego ever made video games before? No. Okay, then what makes
as somebody who likes Lego games, like I like the Lego games, man. And it felt like Lego's been doing a really good job. Like since we have the Lego Skywalker and we have the Lego Fortnite and we have the Lego 2K, it seems like they're doing good stuff.
What's the worst that can happen?
The games suck, and now we're getting no more Lego games.
Yeah, like a lot,
really,
Delvin.
What's the worst that can happen?
The industry.
I was being sarcastic.
Okay.
I know it's terrible. they have a good track record of making decent games. I know some people have been saying the Lego games haven't been as great as they once were, but I think they're still solid. I think they still sell pretty well.
Just to be clear, when you say they have a decent track record, the people that license the games have a decent track record of making decent games.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't have a track record of making games
Lego.
at all, I don't think.
Lego don't do a goddamn thing.
Yeah, I'm like, what does that mean?
No.
I don't know. I don't know what that's about. Maybe, and here's the thing. He did not speak in absolutes. So, like, maybe they just want to have some in-house development. They still want to license out. I can't imagine they're going to not license to Epic. Fortnite's massive. So I can't imagine they're, like, thinking of, like, pulling that back. I don't think that could be the case.
Delvin said it. Most of those games did underperform though outside of the Skywalker saga, which is true.
So you think bringing them in-house is going to make them perform better from from a studio that doesn't exist?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't know about that.
They're probably thinking about saving money. Which
how are they saving money? It's going to cost you money to have a development studio.
It's probably more like we can make more money if we do this ourselves.
Correct.
No,
but I don't
cannot.
I don't know if that's
Look
a
at
good
the
idea.
industry. It's crumbling. This is just fucking stupid.
Makes me think that we have like a shareholders like we'll get AI to do it. We'll just do it here.
Right.
Yeah, that is exactly what we're probably thinking.
Sounds like a company that has no idea what it's like to actually make video games.
And Hanson, like I said, it wasn't an absolute statement. It was just a comment. Maybe this never amounts to anything.
We have motherfuckers who know how to run countries running countries. So making a video game isn't that difficult.
Or maybe they've hired a crack team of people and maybe they'll make a Lego game that's fucking dope. You know, like it's possible.
Buy the company that makes the Lego game.
They're making like a football game.
What?
Like there's a Lego football game in development. It's been in development for some time.
That's actually a really good idea.
Mm-hmm. They have it's not just that either. There's like I think there's like a plan. There's like 2 or 3 Lego sports game. Like they want to get in a sports game.
There should have been a Lego basketball game years ago.
That was the rumor I remember. I don't remember what happened to it. Lego, but that's a thing.
Lego NFL is a brilliant idea.
So, anyway.
Lego NFL, Lego NBA.
Who's buying that?
I would buy a Lego football game.
Kids? You think kids are buying that?
Yes.
I would buy a Lego football game.
Is it enough?
And hang on, and for the chat, when I say football, I mean soccer. I think it's a soccer game. It's like a Lego FIFA.
I'm saying, are the FIFA people buying it? Like, is there going to be enough people buying that to make a dent to make it worthwhile?
I think so.
If we're saying Lego games are underperforming,
yeah, I think so. I think you could sell more Lego soccer games than like Lego Harry Potter game. Maybe than Lego City, than Lego 2K.
Plus, you could probably put like Lego, like Warner Brothers characters in the game.
I think the idea is you look at like what Nintendo does with their sports games. Like, why can't we get into some of that? Like, we can make sports games too. Like, one, they're cheaper to turn around. You don't have to pay. Like, I don't know if they're licensed or not, but I'd imagine you don't necessarily have to have a license to sell it. Like it could do something. And yeah, like you look at where sports games are going, like where FIFA and NBA 2K are, and they're 180 gigs and they've got microtransactions stuff. Like maybe kids just want to play soccer or hockey or basketball. Like there's something. Yeah.
I wonder about that.
And to be clear, John 32, I was talking about NFL. Donnie said soccer.
I think it's a soccer game.
And I got less excited once he said soccer.
I think it's like Lego Goal or something like that. I think 2K's making it. I thought that was the plan. I haven't heard about it in a while, but like last year there was a report that they wanted to make like, it was like 3 sports games. It was like maybe like soccer, tennis, and hockey or something like that. Something. They wanted to try and get into some sports games. Sports games sell. Like that's the thing. Like sports sell. There's a big, wide audience for those things. So, I don't know. Ori has sold 15 million copies for the franchise.
I saw
Which is
that.
a lot. It is 10 years old this week since Ori and the Blind Forest released. It's been 10 years, guys.
You've been talking about this game for 10 years.
Jeebus. Jesus. Like
Think about that.
That hit me so hard. I was like, not 10. 10 years? It's been 10 years since Ori? Ori feels new. Like
We
Ori is old.
Yeah. We as a community have been hearing you talk about this game for 10 years.
It's worth it because it's fucking amazing. It's an incredible game.
10 of them things.
That's crazy.
10.
I didn't write this down, but Moon bought their independence out for that game that they're making. The No Rest for the Wicked or whatever. 2K was publishing it. They brought it back in. It's fully independent again. So they bought those rights back. So they're going full indie. Battlefield had their labs test this weekend, which of course led to like everybody and their mother hosting the live streams on Twitch and YouTube. So there's footage everywhere if you want to go watch it. If you didn't get into the beta, I watched like 10 minutes of it and I thought it looked great.
Always does.
I never felt that way about 2042 though, ever, not one time. Like the moment we saw 2042, I was like, that's going to flop hard. And I felt bad because we had people that really like Battlefield. We had people that really were into that game, and I was kind of shitting on it. But from the moment I saw 2042, I was like, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
I thought it was a mistake. So,
people-
look, I'm not saying I'm always right, but I was right on that one. I 100% nailed that one.
The game was atrocious, but it looked pretty.
This one looks. This looks like Battlefield. Like I saw a crew drop and they started fighting and like the whole facade of a building came down and a dude blew a hole in the wall and walked through the building. And I saw a guy jump off of the roof of a building and paraglide into a parking deck and literally as he's landing start shooting people in there. I was like, dude, this looks dope. This looks great. It looks like
Doesn't have single player.
It looks like what I have in my head Battlefield should look like. When I think Battlefield is exactly what they put on the screen. I was like, perfect. So I might get got by Battlefield.
No, if it doesn't have single player, I'm never going back. It's over.
It's going to have single player. They've already said that.
Like a real single player. Like I'm not.
It's going to have a single player mode.
Yeah.
It's going to have a campaign. It's going to have a campaign.
Let me buy the campaign separately.
Listen, Delvin. 2042 cost them millions of dollars. They have essentially taken everybody that works for them and put them on this game. They are setting out to correct every wrong that they made. This game will have everything that you want it to have because they want. If this game fails, Battlefield's in real trouble, and that means EA's in real trouble. So I kind of think they're spending everything and anything it takes to make sure that this doesn't go through that again.
I want to believe.
I kind of expect this one's going to pop off because they're going to put everything behind it. They're going to market the shit out of this game. And it looks good. And it's going to be play tested for a year before it comes out.
Yep. Hopefully I get to get into one of those.
I feel like the disgruntled wife just like waiting, like thinking, will she take her husband back? My husband's Battlefield. Like, should I go back? And
I get that.
I know he's going to break my heart again.
For a long time, there was like a 3-game run there in the middle of last gen where every Battlefield commercial got me, and then I bought the game and felt upset that felt burned that I bought the game.
That is correct.
I mean, look, we won't know until we see more of the game, but based on what I saw, I don't think this game's going to be that game.
The last two are the ones that broke me. Like, nah, that's it. I'm done. Fuck y'all. Y'all not getting another dime.
When I say I might get got, like I'm expecting to get a trial for EA Play and Game Pass, and then I expect it to come to Game Pass in a couple of months. Like I'm not. I don't think I'm going to drop $70 to Battlefield. I don't get down with multiplayer like that. But if and when it hits Game Pass, which it will, I will definitely be playing. So I want to see what it's like. All the destruction, everything gets me. I'm all in. There's a new Katamari Damacy game called Rolling Live. And it was announced this week. It comes out April 3rd. It's an Apple Arcade exclusive alongside a Space Invaders Infinity Gene game that's also Apple Arcade exclusive. So I haven't heard like ripples out of Apple Arcade in some time now. So this felt like something.
They
Like
should have called it
they're
Rolling Loud.
They're trying to do this again.
Missed opportunity.
That Apple Arcade like Netflix mobile game push is really cool. You know, Netflix, their gaming guy left. Not sure if you saw that.
Yep.
Their director, he took off. So
Because he
doesn't
realized
seem
somebody
like
want to do
the
that shit.
seem like the well is running dry over there. There's a Silent Hill transmission event covering Silent Hill F, the new mainline Silent Hill game, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Delvin.
I will not be watching that.
I thought you were all in on this.
You know my rule about watching stuff. I'm not doing that.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a rule. Like,
Yeah, he
never
always
mind.
tells you, watch that for me and tell me what happens.
Well,
Correct.
they're announcing a new Silent Hill game tomorrow.
Well,
So
watch that for me and tell me what happens.
BlizzCon returns September 12th and 13th in 2026. They just announced all that for 2 years from now.
Well, I'm definitely watching that.
Capcom has trademarked Dino Crisis.
Let's fucking go, baby.
March 4th in Japan. There's a million smoke signals that they're going to try to bring this back somehow.
Let's bring it back.
I don't know what that means. It should mean remake. Perhaps it means a new game. I don't know. But there's the Dino Crisis drums have been pounding for a while. I expect them to
All
show
the
up at some
above,
point.
baby. Bring it all back.
A remaster, I think, would be the best. Right? You could gauge the audience, see how many people are actually interested in it. It sells
W8F.
200,000 copies, and then they never touch it again.
Sorry, Captain Awesome. I can't say that I don't like Silent Hill. I've never played a Silent Hill game.
Oh,
Just
man.
not interested.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I gotta play Silent Hill. I was playing it a little bit on PS5 with Haley,
It's great.
and then I got rid of the console.
It was so great you got rid of your PS5.
I was like, I'm done. I've done it.
This is
I've
such a-
peaked. I've peaked at this. Like, it can't get any better than this. Let's call it a day.
It's like, all right,
So,
I peaked at gaming.
Control got an update on PC that added enhanced graphics with HDR, ultra ray tracing, ultra wide support, and they've also added in the previously exclusive mission featuring Kojima that was on PS4. They've added that to the the PC version, and there's also new outfits and improved DLSS support. So if you want to go back and replay Control, it sounds like it's never been a better time than now.
Yeah. And we're going to
I'm
find
very
Kojima, apparently.
tempted.
I'm also somewhat tempted. Like, Control is something that I'm always like, I could play that again.
That game was awesome.
It was so
find-
good.
When you
So
find
good.
Kojima in the game, does he give you his bad movie takes?
I didn't play it on PlayStation. I don't know what that mission entails.
Me neither.
There's a Kojima mission on PlayStation?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I'm sure Haley will tell us all about it. She'll hear this. She'll come like the chat. She'll break the whole thing down.
And we'll be like, I got to tell you, we don't
We
care.
don't care.
don't
We
care.
got to get that we got to drop that in here or something. All right. So this is like the news part of this. Like, I read all that stuff out. That is news. It was fun to read, but like, we have some juicy rumors this week that we can talk about. And this is what I imagine a lot of podcasts are talking about this week. So Nate the Hate, like leaker extraordinaire, he takes to Twitter and he says the Oblivion remake, this would be the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, that's been rumored to have some sort of remake that Xbox and Bethesda is yet to announce. He says that the reveal is imminent, coming weeks, he says. To which VGC says we can corroborate that with our own sources. VGC says that Nate claims the game will release before June, while our sources tell us it could arrive as soon as next month. What do you guys feel about like an April shadow drop of Oblivion? They're like, oh, by the way, Oblivion remastered. Here you go. I don't feel like Dev cares at all.
Not even a little bit.
I didn't think so. Delvin, Oblivion remastered. You in?
Yeah, I'll try it.
I'm in, man. I love that game. It takes me right back to a whole other time and place in my life. I'm all in. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, sounds really cool.
It's supposed to be a UE5 game too. Like, this is fucking Oblivion and Unreal Engine.
I wonder how well it holds up. I'm excited to try it though. I don't think I haven't played Oblivion.
That's
I
why
want-
it's a remake.
Yeah, I would imagine that it's like all one experience. You don't have the load screens and everything anymore. So I'd imagine it's like way more cohesive now.
we imagine that, but the shadow drop.
Why are you going to the worst possible outcome? Why remake it if it's going to be that bad?
Because
it's a remake. It's a remake, man.
Yeah, but you would think like, oh, you do a little bit of pomps and circumstances behind it, like, oh, you're just going to shadow drop it out.
I expect it to be like super shiny and very like beautiful and God rays and ray tracing and all that shit. Because it's an old game, by like modern standards, it's kind of small actually. So they could crank it up a bit, I would imagine.
I'm hoping for it. I'm rooting for it.
Yeah, Sean, day one on Game Pass. That's facts. I don't feel like I have time to take on an Elder Scrolls chunk of anything, but Oblivion will get me. Like even if I don't have time, like I'll try. like I'm here to dial. I definitely will be opening that game and like at least take a stroll for sure. So it'd be fun.
My coworkers is very excited about it, but it's not a game series I've ever cared about.
I get that. Saving the best for last. Jez from Windows Central reports Xbox is partnering with another manufacturer on a handheld to come out this year. Says new consoles are slated for 2027. Says Xbox is working on a partner for an Xbox branded handheld slated for later this year. This will be an Xbox designed handheld with an Xbox guide button and layout style, but it's still expected to be a Windows device. The Verge had an article today behind their paywall that I can share some details from. He says Xbox plans are now focused on the unification of Windows and Xbox. The Verge goes on and says that I'm told that Project Kennan, which is the code name for this handheld, is being manufactured by ASUS. Before the Verge article came out, I was going to ask everybody, like, who do we think this is? Because I was like 100% sure it was ASUS. And now that the cat's out of the bag, it is. And he says it's a part of a larger effort for Microsoft to unify Windows and Xbox toward a universal library of Xbox and PC games. And then Delvin, this one's for you. Microsoft's next-gen plans include a premium successor to the powerful Xbox Series X, alongside its own Xbox gaming handheld, and several new controller options. Tentatively, these devices are slated for 2027. So what you were talking about earlier of having like the console and then the Series S and the Series S being a handheld, it seems like they've heard your idea and that's what they're running with.
Yeah, I think that's what we were talking about before. Like this might actually be. I think it's a good idea.
So let's table the next gen stuff and let's just talk about this handheld, because we talked about this before. There were rumors a year ago of Xbox, and we were like, everybody's talked about an Xbox handheld, and we went through that whole exercise. And we landed on they should just badge a handheld. Like, it makes no sense to enter in marketing and trying to compete technically on this level. Like, you either do the streaming thing like the Portal, because that's cheap, low overhead, high return on investment, or you just badge somebody else's product. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to throw an Xbox logo on a ROG Ally and sell it as an Xbox thing. I like the ROG Ally, so like, part of this is cool, but like the idea that it is just a ROG Ally makes me like somewhat, less than thrilled about the idea. It's like, okay, it is what we already have. I guess the question is though, is there any Xbox things to it? Like, does it have Armory Crate, or does Xbox develop their own version of that? Because Jez is reporting the part that has me somewhat, if you're listening to this, you're like, man, Donnie hates this. If the reason I think that is because in Jez's reporting, he says that Xbox is looking to feature the Windows Store and the Xbox Game Bar, like, as a part of this rollout. And I'm like, that's awful. Everybody hates the Microsoft Store. That's one of their biggest issues with their PC app, is that it is a wrapped version. It's a CSS front end for the Microsoft Store. And nobody wants the Microsoft Store. Developers don't want to put their games there. Nobody opens that thing up and looks to buy games there. It's like they have their own app, but the app is the game. It is the Windows Store. It's just a pretty that is what the Xbox app is. It's a pretty version of what you can find in the Microsoft Store. When you download a game through the Xbox app on your PC, if you open up the Microsoft Store app, it's downloading that through the store. That's all that's happening, right? That's the problem. So when I see this news in my head, I'm thinking like they're not addressing the crux of the issue at all. You know, they're just like, I don't know, trying to put another fancy coat of paint on top of it.
Yeah.
It's still Windows, so
Yeah.
it's PC. There's nothing Xbox about it other than some logos and some branding. It's still just a handheld PC.
So
It's still just
my
a
question,
Wi-Fi.
the thing that I would be looking for, I guess, is maybe, but is there? Like, is there some special sauce here that we're not, like Armory Crate? Armory Crate is a really nice front end to launch games on a handheld. It takes some getting used to, but it works and it's nice. Could Xbox look at that and be like, we can do that better? Because if they could, that's something. Now, I would say if they could do that, they should have already done it for people. Like, they should be doing that. Like, they shouldn't be waiting for a handheld to do that with. They should be doing that now. That's kind of the problem.
I guess the difference between the two of those is like Armory Crate really is about updating the software and the hardware of your motherboard. That's what Armory Crate is. They just found a way to also tie that into
Yeah.
video launching.
Its little
video.
launcher thing and navigation
Yeah.
thing is nice. Ren says, do you guys think they're going to try and compete with the deck, and do you think it'll be reasonably priced? That's another good question. Are they subsidizing this in any way?
I mean,
If I had to guess, and I'm going to take this stab now, you can mark this down and come back to me when they announce it. If I had to guess, they'd be taking the base ROG Ally, like not the Z1 Extreme still, because they're going to want that power. But I'm thinking not the ROG Ally X, because the ROG Ally X is like $800. like it's like really expensive. So I'm going to think they're going to take the base ROG Ally Extreme, and they're going to put it in a new shell that's very Xboxified.
Yes.
And maybe they do something with it on a software level, and then they try to sell that as an Xbox handheld. And then the question then becomes, do they subsidize this in any way to make it competitive? Like, do they think they can make it back on Game Pass or software sales?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I
This
don't
is
either.
like so far beyond me because it's just a fucking PC.
So I'm going to use this just to bring up other points. So Daniel, super excited. This thing came out and he's like, can't wait to see it. He's all in. The question about like Ren, like if they could sell it cheaper than ROG sells it, like if they subsidize, if like Xbox ate the cost, let's say they try to go the console route, we'll eat $100 off every one that you sell because we think we'll make it back on the games. This is the problem, or not the problem, this is the challenge of what Xbox is trying to do with unifying these two ecosystems that they've built, the PC store and the Xbox store. The problem is you're going to sell a device, and this ties into the consoles that they're coming, the handheld and the console. If they're going to tie this into Windows and they're going to be PCs, the problem is that people are just going to open Steam and buy the games there.
Yeah.
I don't understand. There seems to be this belief that just because it's Xbox that people will use the Xbox app. They won't. Like, they'll use the Xbox app for Game Pass.
Yep.
But I don't think people are buying games through the Xbox store.
I don't want people buying
They're
games for
not.
Xbox anyway.
Right. Why
So
would I even buy a game if I just subscribe to Game Pass for however long I want to play this game?
then
And
you
the other
can't,
thing is,
then you can't subsidize the hardware.
why would I subsidize something for such a small market?
I do think,
I am the minority.
hang on, I do think there's something there. Only, like, I'm not going to tell you they're not going to sell 20 million of these things, but I think having an Xbox branded version of something might have more mass appeal than these things have on their own. I think that's
I think
true.
so. I do think so.
Like, Xbox still is a gaming brand, and it may not be PlayStation or Nintendo, but it still is a gaming brand. And when Xbox starts that marketing, I think at least more people will look at it than maybe a Steam Deck or definitely than a Lenovo Go or nobody's looking at no damn MSI Claw AI bullshit.
But
You
my
know?
question, I guess, is this the same people that already have one of these handheld PCs? Are
It
you
will
really
be.
moving anybody
It will
from the
be.
traditional console space?
I think
over?
there will be additional people. I think there's overlap. There's a Venn diagram there, but I think they will reach an extra group of people.
Maybe a younger
enough of it
audience.
to make a difference. Enough
No.
of it to be
What's-
worth.
It's not going to go
subsidizing.
mainstream. No. But like, could they double the market size? Maybe.
Yeah.
Could they sell 5 million? I don't think that's crazy. They could. It'd have to be priced right and do things right, but like, is it possible? I think that's on the table. And if you're look at it differently. Quit thinking about it like Xbox and market share. Think of it like Asus. Like, why would they do it? Why are they interested? Probably because a partnership with Xbox probably doubles their sales.
Yeah.
Like, if you're only selling 500,000 of these, an Xbox branded one could probably sell you another, at least twice that, another 500,000.
We just get our suck out the back and throw a new skin on it and call it a day. It just helps me with my excess inventory.
I'm not going to lie to you. My expectations on what this is going to be are very low. Like the badged one. I think it's going to be a ROG Ally with like a guide button, maybe another gimmick or two. But like, if they're like, Jez was talking about like, they're going to use the widgets in the game bar. Like, that's a loss. Like, absolutely not. What an L. What an absolute L if that's their plan. They're like, if you hit the Xbox button, you can pull up the game bar. Dude, fuck the game bar. It's terrible. Like, that's really the problem. So now as we shift and talk about next generation of consoles, all the rage in Xbox land from the people that are still left are, I want my Xbox to be this. Essentially, everybody wants Xbox to be Steam. They're like, I want my Xbox to be a PC, and I want all my Xbox games on PC, and I want to be able to play Steam. Like, they want Xbox to turn into what Steam did with Steam Deck.
Yeah.
And that comes with like real challenges. Like, one, just unifying the library in itself is going to be an effort. Now, that's an effort that Microsoft can do. Like, if they want to do that, they can do that. Like, I think that's totally doable. But really the harder part, I think, is how do you get people to then buy stuff from Xbox? Like, how do you get people to use your store, use your, like, instead of it just being a Steam box, you know?
Until you get rid of Game Pass, I don't think you do. Like,
Game Pass is the only reason why anybody would buy one of these in the first place, as opposed to another console. Why
would I buy anything in your store if everything comes to Game Pass?
That's like, in my head, the answer to me, and I'm sure there's business reasons why this can't be, but in my head, it's like, man, just integrate with Steam. Like, just go talk with that. Like, they already have the app. It's like you're trying to build an app to rival Steam. Really? And I don't think that's a good plan.
Nope.
I really don't. Like, we've seen people after people try to combat Steam, and they're so entrenched and they're so embedded. Man, it's like, of all the people, it's like, you don't want to fight for market share against PlayStation, so you turn and look at Steam. Like, that's worse. That's way worse. Epic's giving away free games and they can't get people to use their fucking app. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I just don't have a whole lot of faith in that direction. Maybe they can pull it all together. Like, I think the idea, all right, let me spin this positively. Put my Xbox hat on. Hang on, let me dust it off. I haven't worn it.
You still got that thing?
All right, put the Xbox hat on. I think the idea is that you get a console, you get a handheld, you get a laptop, whatever. You press the Xbox button and an application loads and it looks like your Xbox. It's a console.
That's exactly what I think it's going to be.
That's the idea. The question is, can they get there? Like, can they pull that off? Because if you've ever used the Xbox for PC app, it ain't anything fucking remotely like that.
You're also wasting processing power to run that bullshit.
It's still got to run on top of Windows. The other thing is, people are like, we gotta get Windows. Like, Windows is not going to make concessions to Xbox. Like, Windows is so much bigger than gaming, than Xbox. You know, so like, I don't expect them to come out with like some sort of Xbox Windows UI for gaming, you know, hardware, like their own like version of the OS or something. I don't think that's going to be the case. Yeah. You know, it's just, it's a really nice thing to think in your head. You're like, oh, this makes sense. You just bring all the 360 games over and like, let's create a little app. And it's just, man, there's a lot to it. Like, it's like, there's a lot of effort behind doing something like that. It seems really far away. I'm like, I don't know, man. They're still talking about Game Bar and like, we got your controller to work on the PC. It's like, oh, I don't know.
Not to mention all the wonderful drivers and issues that AMD has
Yeah.
typically.
Yes.
So this ain't gonna be an NVIDIA thing. It's got to be AMD system on a chip.
Thank you, Dev. The other thing when people talk about this and they go, I just want it to be like my PC. I want to have Steam. I want to have Xbox. I want to do all the launcher. They just want it to be PC.
Yeah, pretty much.
The thing is, when you say that, though, you are omitting that that's the whole reason why 25, 50 million people bought Xboxes in the first place. They don't want a PC.
Correct.
If they wanted a PC, they would have bought a PC. In my head when I hear things like when The Verge goes, their whole focus is unifying Windows and PC or Windows and Xbox. When I'm in my head, I translate that to this is the first step of them leaving the console business. Mm-hmm. Like if we just put it all into PC, then we'll make a console. But then we can slowly back out of it like, hey, anybody can make a console. Like you can buy the Lenovo one, you could buy the MSI one, and you can buy whatever you want. It's all here.
If you build it, they will come.
But you know, and I know, and anybody that's played the Xbox games on PC knows that it's not the same experience. It's just not.
Nope.
There's many times I've went to launch a game from the Xbox on PC and it crashed or it didn't run or it wasn't so. It's not console-like. And it won't be. Because there's too many things to account for. There's too many variations of cards, of hardware, of setup. That's why PC gaming is PC gaming, and that's why consoles were invented in the first place. Because there were people like, I don't want to fuck with any of this. I want to press the icon and it work.
Yep, that's me.
The amount of shit that you have to do to even still get the Steam Deck and all these other things to run well. Console gamers don't want to do that. That's why they're console gamers.
And that's why I just give my son the Steam Deck and say, hey, fix this. I don't want to deal with this. Because I don't want to do that shit.
So when people say that's what they want, it just feels like you're really limiting like the customer base. Mm-hmm. It's like, I understand maybe that's what you want. And when I say you, I mean me too. I'm not opposed to an idea of something like that. Now, when I hear that, I'm like, cool. One day they'll release an app that'll bring all my Xbox games to my PC. Like, I'm not going to buy a new PC for it, but my PC should be able to do that. That's cool. But I feel like if you were to take a sample of Xbox customers, so you take 500 of them, how many of them are like me? 50?
Probably.
You know? So, I don't know. Anyway, what do you guys think about, what do you think about two Xbox handhelds? We get an Xbox handheld in 2025 and another one in 2027. But what do you think about new consoles in 2027?
I think that's interesting. I just, where are we going to be at in 2027? If the PS Pro is getting PS5
We're
Pro
gonna be
is getting
here?
a pisser in 2026,
Yeah.
it's just, are we going to be here? Yeah, for real.
We're going to be here?
Is America still a thing in 2026 or 2027? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. I think the idea of new consoles is interesting. Xbox finally has like games coming out. It's like, so do we do Fable in 2026 and then do an upred version for 2027 for the new console? Like, it's just a weird. I think it's a really weird timing because we're just now starting to get all these Xbox games. But if you're wanting me to buy a new console, why? Are these games going to run better, or are we going to do the whole Last of Us thing where I'm going to release 3 different versions of this game because I have this new console coming out?
And new chip architecture, FSR 4 and stuff. They keep talking about their next consoles be the next generational leap, whatever, the greatest technological advancement in the history of games.
Yeah, including a premium successor to the Series X. How much is that going to cost?
I fully expect, since they've said this is not a new thing, since they said, like, Sarah Bond was like, our next console is going to be the greatest leap in gaming ever. Like, 1, nobody believes that because it's just not really possible. 2, when I hear that, all I hear is upscaling and AI.
That's all it can be.
In recent trends, that scares the shit out of me because Microsoft has been marketing and labeling everything they're doing as AI. Surface AI, like all their stuff, Copilot, laptop. Like, I'm expecting like an Xbox AI thing. And I'm like, I am so out.
You're going to call it Xbox Copilot.
Absolutely not. Absolutely the fuck not. Like, there'll never be a harder turn on a product if that's what they're doing. I hope that's not what they're doing. I really do.
Xbox Copilot edition.
Everything they're doing is AI and Copilot. Like, every product they touch is doing that. So
I had so many questions about what is this O365 Copilot app that's on my computer now. I said it's not. It's just an app. You don't have to use it. It's just Office.
It's not bleak though. I've long thrown stones at them for they act like all of your games on Xbox are on PC, and they're not. There's a lot that aren't, and it's not just backwards compatible. So it's new stuff too. I would champion them trying to do that. I also just don't think I don't think they own those cards. They can't do that like on their own. Publishers and folks have to sign off to that. So I think we're still going to we'll always be in a mix of some of them are here and some of them aren't, and you can cloud stream them, I guess. Like it's going to be this hodgepodge.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. 2027. I can't wait to see what they think they're gonna do. Because like you said, this next generational leap. I mean, really, we're still waiting for just a solid 4K 60, for that to be a real thing.
I own NCAA on Xbox. On my next console. Does that mean I can play it on my PC?
Right.
EA just gonna let them do that?
Hell no.
Right. That's why I feel like they're going to have like some cloud stuff. There's going to be like some sort of virtual wrapper, some sort of VM Xbox thing that you can launch that like makes your PC think it's an Xbox or something. That's where in my head, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I don't want any. So the things that I've said, like, that makes me want to invest less in a library of Xbox. Because like, I don't know what that means in 5 years.
Right.
You know? Am I building a cloud library? Am I building like a Netflix?
Yeah.
Well, I would think in theory you would already have your library.
But my library here, my library on my PC is not the library on my console.
Correct, but your library on your console will be your library on your handheld.
So
the ideal is,
but not this handheld. The next handheld.
Yes, the one that's coming up. Like, hey.
But what Jez said is the whole point of those new consoles in 2027 is to unify the Windows and Xbox space.
Yes.
So then I ask you the same question. I own third-party games on Xbox. Are they just going to start am I going to open up in 2027? Am I going to turn on my computer and be able to play my Xbox game, all the library on my computer? I don't think so.
Not on your computer.
Absolutely not. Well, but you're missing the point. The whole unification means you can play them on your computer.
I think, I get that part.
How do they get around the publisher in that? Who's letting them do that?
Because it's not like it's cross-buy. It's not like if I buy a third-party game on my Xbox, I also get the code for it on my PC.
Right. No, I get that, but it's like
that's what I'm saying.
You're potentially putting at risk those publishers' sales on Steam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which they don't want to do. So that's why we have the problems we have now. That's why we're in the best. That's why you see how this looks. That's why we're in the boat we're in.
Yeah.
Like it's like I'm not. I realize that all my comments for several weeks may feel like very anti-Xbox. It's not. Like I want it to
Xbox.
Like I want it to work.
How does this work?
Yeah, it's like it's more. I just have so many questions. Yeah, here's the point. Actually, this is the main point that I like to say. I really wish Xbox would figure all that out before they badged a handheld and made it do. Like, man, fucking fix this. Quit talking about those. Fix these real problems for build the base. Let's fix this. Then be like, now we're going to partner with them. Like, then a PC handheld hits totally different. They're like, now we've got this ROG Ally with an Xbox. But like, oh shit, I'm kind of interested. But they won't. And therein lies this why I'm like kind of down. And I'm like, same thing but different. It's the same thing. That was my thing with Daniel. You know how I am. I'm more like inquisitive. Daniel's like, I'm all in. I'm like, then why don't you have an Ally now?
Exactly.
Like, nothing's stopping you from living this life right now, today.
Yeah.
You can do this.
Ally is literally that.
But the Xbox logo means something. To some people, it means something. You put the Xbox logo on it, and now they're interested.
Just go buy a sticker and put your own damn Xbox logo on it.
So, I don't know.
Same.
I am I will always, they own a large amount of games that I love. So I'm rooting for them. But I'm also happy that they're bringing those games to consoles I own. because that means I have the option to just buy them there. So let's just get more stuff on Switch. Anyway,
shall be interesting.
Dev, that's the news.
All right. Time to get into the Root Day segment. Got a scoring update. Delvin and Devin got the override on WWE 2K25 as it comes in with an 82. This makes the current score Devin 9, Delvin 8, and our fallen, defending, undisputed Root Games champion of the world, Donnie, with 4.
These two fucks got me out here looking like Cody. Just bloodied and black-eyed and broken. Like that bloody screen in like Street Fighter when you win. And your opponent shows up all beat to hell. That's me right now in the Rude Day segments.
Yeah, well, still anyone's game as we enter into the madness of March. So,
are you playing 2K?
WB?
Yeah, nobody's talked about it.
I'm definitely
You're
playing.
not talking about it at all. What do you mean? You talking about you playing Super Nintendo games. You're not playing anything. You're playing 2K.
I'm always playing 2K.
But why didn't you tell us about it?
I thought I talked to him. I said I was going to talk about it in this episode. I did mention it on the Shack I was playing it. I started playing it. I haven't gotten enough into it to get into full details, but I'm playing. Beautiful looking game.
I've heard really nice things about it.
It's the best looking 2K game.
Does it still play like last year's game? Like the last couple?
Yes.
Because I didn't like those changes when they moved from, 22?
Yes, they linked into them more.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
For that amount, for that reason alone, I'm like,
They linked into them more. But, it's I like it because I didn't mind the changes. And it's,
Are there sliders? Can I, lessen?
I think you
Can I turn some of that off, maybe?
Know what I did do? You know how they have the thing with the pinning thing where you can you have to press the button at the right time?
Yeah, I hate that.
I turned that shit off. I
It's not just the pinning; it's all the reversals, like the chaining, and I don't want
I think you can turn off the chain
the wrestling game.
I think you can turn off the chain wrestling if I remember correctly. I didn't turn that off because I like it, but I did turn off the I turned off the pinning because I hate the fucking pinning. I don't like the hit the button at the right time. No, I want to press the button.
Yeah, I don't like the quick time event wrestling game. I hate that. I want it to be arcadey and button mashy and fun.
Some of that stuff you can't turn off.
Reversal quick time event shit. They went really hard into that, and it's miserable to me.
Because you got to have 6
trying to
finishes.
make it choreography.
Yeah, they're going back to that sim thing. They were like, it's so funny. They came back and they were like, it's fun and arcadey like you used to like it. And we're like, great. And then as soon as they got a hold, they're like, and now we're going back. It's like, God,
they're 2K in it. They're overcomplicating the game.
100%.
When they don't need to overcomplicate it.
Because they're hardcore base that sign up for all the that's what they want.
Yeah.
They want that.
Yeah.
I'm a casual. I don't want that at all. I just want to beat the shit out of folks. I want it to be easy to put people through tables. That's it. Like, I'm here for destruction and fun. I'm not trying to.
Here at 2K, we have a game.
Have a competitive multiplayer 5-star match online. I don't give a shit about any of that.
Yeah. We have Battlegrounds for that.
Yeah.
That's the game you need. WWE Battlegrounds. The one
Well,
that came out like 10 years ago.
And I play that. When I'm in a wrestling mood, I play that more than most. Because I love that game. That game's fun.
Yeah, they're like, we're not doing that anymore. We want to give you the WWE game that's like real life. They even got you like, you want to go out there and live your life as a WWE superstar.
It's a bummer.
Go out there on WWE Island.
That's a bummer.
Island. Oh, well. So our questions for this week.
The AEW game.
Oof,
that's a good one.
Fight forever. Over under 91 and a half of the PS5 version of Forza 5. The game right now holds a 92 on Xbox and a 91 on PC. We're just doing the PS5 score here. 91 and a half is the over-under mark. Just the PS5 version.
I say the Xbox review outlets are super pissed and they tank the score.
So we got Josh out there tanking all the scores.
Yeah, I think the Xbox era reviews it on PS5 and they're like, it's 85.
Oh, yeah, they can review it.
The question is, can they be drowned out by the PlayStation universes of the world? They're like, it's 100 now. It's 7 points better than the Xbox version.
What is Gran Turismo? Because that's the other question. Are they going to want to?
Is it better than Turismo?
Higher than Gran Turismo? Like that's.
It's going to be. It's better than Turismo. I've played both, and it's subjectively
completely
better.
Different game,
but it's still better though. I said it, so it's true, Dev.
All right.
That is a good question. Are people even going to review it?
I would think so.
I assume they will. But yeah, I 92 is really,
That sounds like what
Turismo
it's
was
going to
at
be.
87.
really high score. Yeah, so I see.
And out of 11,000 user reviews, it's 2.5.
Wow.
Wow.
That is insane.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
That's all those people who didn't get past the intro.
Gran Turismo 5.
It's the game. Is this the game?
Right.
This 30-minute intro?
Look at it. Look, I opened it up because I was curious. This came in March 13th. This just came out. It says this is from Nick Flammel. And here's the first sentence. A 0 score might be too hard. Really? 0? He's like, it might be too harsh. It might be? You get this 0. Ow. How does any game get 0?
The
Wow.
fact that there are 8.9 thousand reviews, user reviews that are all negative. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, it's a 75% of
This is
the
why
user reviews are
Reviews
negative.
are done. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I'm taking under. Fuck it.
91 point. I am too. Like, that is just really
It's just too high. Yeah, it's really hard to hit that number. There are really, really great games that don't hit the number. So
Yeah. All right,
I
so
wonder
I'll
if
take
people,
the
do you
under
think
on
PlayStation reviewers might knock it that it's a full price game so many years after release? Because we saw some of that in our
No.
Discord. People are like, is it going to be at a discount? Like they almost like expected it to be cheap.
that? The fact that it's going to come with all of the extra stuff, like,
Yeah.
no.
And
People really
Perhaps
just don't wanna
perhaps
pay
that
for
it's
nothing.
digital only. You think reviewers might knock it for that?
Is that a thing? Do you think still get knocked for being digital only in this day and age?
I think so.
tell
That's
them,
ridiculous.
tell them buy it now for the tariff start.
Isn't it like number one on pre-orders or anything?
It might
Probably.
be.
I know it's up there.
So like, yeah, some people might be like, it should be cheaper, but it didn't stop anybody else from buying it.
Right.
I fully
That's
expect the
that's
game to be
loud
great.
Vocal minority.
I'm
Yeah,
interested to
game's
hear
gonna be
from
great.
folks. I'd love to hear about people that play it, like how the haptics and stuff go, because that could be truly great. So, be nice to hear how people are adapting to that.
I'm sure there's probably one or two people in our Discord that'll get it.
It's a great game.
I'm not one of those people.
Maybe
Neither
it'll come
is
to plus
Josh.
for you one day.
Josh is very mad. Even if it comes to plus, I'm not playing it.
It shouldn't be, as I've told Josh. If I were Josh, I'd be investing everything in a PlayStation. I'm like, you need to stick over there with Kyle and just go in that direction. Start building that library over there.
I mean, I've played this already. I played it on PC. I don't know, play it again on PS5.
Play it again.
I won't.
Got haptics.
Yeah, you got the Edge controller. Pull the Edge.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Music
Racing a
Edge.
whole new lifestyle.
Yeah.
I do that on PC. I'm good.
Maybe they'll let you put your VR helmet on.
Yeah.
I don't have one of those. That's a Delvin thing.
Right.
I'll bring it down there. You can use it for one day.
I'll use that for some fucking kindling. We can start a fire. with that thing.
Yeah, that's not what you're supposed to use it for.
Listen, we call that scrap in the RPG world, okay? This is scrap.
Yes.
I need the screws and the trinkets and stuff out of there to make my gun better. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. So over under 85.5 for the gay day. I said gays.
The
Wow.
gay,
Days
the gays,
gone.
gay stun
Why in
remaster.
the world? I'm like,
When did you
days
turn to
gone,
AJ
just
Styles?
Lord of mercy. So yeah, Days Gone 85.5 or over. The previous Days Gone scored a 76.
This is interesting because I do think this game has. There was like a counter to its own review cycle.
Yeah, it aged well. Very
Yeah,
well. People
like
like
that game went on sale. More people got to play it. And they're like, it's not as bad as it used to be. So I feel like the public perception of this game is more positive today than it was when it released. Now the question is it 10 points higher? Because that seems like to be that's a lengthy march up there. Like 76 to 85. That's a lift.
I would put it at 85 but I don't think it's going to get 85. I think it's going to be under. I think it's going to be like 82.
I agree with
feel
you.
the same way. I think 82
I agree
is
with you.
more realistic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So under for sure.
I forgot that was coming out. That's a thing. They are remastering
tell you.
Days Gone.
They make it Gaze Gone, boy.
Days Gone.
That's going to be a whole
The South
different
will be
game.
all about it.
There's no tweakers and berserkers. It's just gays. It's just like everywhere. It's like rainbows and shit.
Man.
That game sounds fire. That game is a 90 on my list.
Wow. All right. Question time. Starting this off with the smokeless one. Smokeless Joseph says, question for the show. How are you going to play AC Shadows? Are you going to use one character more than the other or switch depending on the situation?
I'm going to use a controller. I'm going to have my TV turned on with the console of my choice. And I will be sitting in front of it.
Atari.
I think the better question is, are you playing Assassin's Creed Shadows?
Yes, I have to
At this
buy
point.
it. I am playing it.
You have to
One of
buy
my-
it?
Yes.
Say more about this. Why do you have to buy it? I'm very the look on your face. Why do you have to buy it?
Because you are reviewing it. So I have to purchase it. That's why the fuck I have to buy it. I have no choice.
We'll see if Ubisoft decides to even send the code.
They won't. I'm not counting on it. I don't think we're
God
in
damn it, Ubisoft.
I don't think we're in the Assassin's Creed group.
Why
we're
would they
in
send
the
you?
Beyond Good and Evil, the crew group.
Oh,
We get that. We get Avatar. We're in the Avatar group.
that ain't the
Did we
group I
get
wanna be in.
Avatar?
We got Avatar. I didn't
We
buy
did?
that. Yeah, I didn't buy that shit. Are you crazy?
I didn't know that they gave
I
it.
played it. I played it for like 5 hours.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah,
We talked about it. I talked to you about it.
That's why he's like. That's why he's like.
This was years ago.
That's like.
it wasn't.
This is why he's like. That's why they're like. We're not giving y'all no more codes. Avatar with the test.
Oh shit, we did Avatar. I did Skull and Bones, and I did
Skull and Bones.
Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars too. Yeah, they gave us Star Wars.
We'll see.
I have no idea when I'm gonna play Shadows. I really don't. I may have to take a vacation to play it. I don't know. I'm not planning on buying it. I will play it one day, and I will play as what's her name? Nawe. Nawe. I'll play as her most of the time.
So will I. I'm not.
Nothing against. What's the other guy? Yusuke.
Yeah, Yasuke.
Yasuke. I nothing
That's
against
what I
him.
would
He's
play
cool
against.
too. Like he's got a bat. Like I want to hit people with the bat, but still, she's just fucking dope. Like when she could fly up to the ceiling, like oh man, I just want to like it. I just want to fuck around with people. Like it's so
I
much
will
fun.
be playing as Yasuke
Nice.
right until South of Midnight comes out a week later. And then I will not be playing the game until November
Then why buy it?
Yeah, see, that's kind of where I am.
because
It's like,
that's going to be a fun week.
I know I don't have time. Like as much as I would love to be on the potty and talking about it while everybody's talking about it, I don't have the time to play it. So like, why buy it? You know, like I can wait and get it cheaper,
Yeah.
and maybe get on a better platform or on sale or like with incentive or to be fixed and stuff. And it's not just that. I've been in that operation for game and movies. Like there's a lot of movies I want to see, but I'm just waiting for them to come out, and I'm in a weird place. It's like it'd be more fun if I went to the movies to see it, but like it just doesn't make as much sense anymore. It's like I can't do this for every damn thing that comes out. So I'll just wait for it to come to streaming or wait for it to come out on video.
Yeah, I just wait till it comes streaming now.
Sean, how are you playing this game and don't know how to change characters yet? Like, what kind of nonsense?
Maybe
How,
you
Sean?
have to play it for a certain time before you can
Look
do
here.
it. Maybe it's
He's
like
been playing it
introduce
for a
each one.
while. I feel like how?
I have no idea.
Yeah, if you saw me playing Far Cry right now, you would think that I was playing as Naui because I am super stealthy. Nobody sees me. Everything is a silent rifle to the head. So I definitely have no desire to play as Yasuke because I am not going to be lumbering through destroying stuff. No one's going to see me coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
If we get it.
Shaq is like,
I'm surprised I didn't catch that.
come on, man. You're slipping on me, Delvin.
You'll never.
He said it with his whole chest.
He did. You hear my son back there laugh like the goddamn Joker.
Whoa!
Like the Joker.
I want to play.
Yeah.
I'm eager to live vicariously through everyone. Sean, I need you to podcast again so I can hear about it.
Yes, Sean.
That'd be great. But
That would be
I don't know. I'm going to be the worst podcaster. I'm going to tell you in September how great it is. Like this game is fucking dope.
That would be par for the course.
Yeah. But yeah, if we do get it, I might stream it in the Discord.
That'd be cool. I'd say I'll hang with you and watch you play it
I will not.
Yeah.
while I continue playing Donkey Kong 94. Apparently, I'm like,
It may be very boring if you don't like very slow stealth gameplay.
I don't understand why I feel like I've played 200 hours of Valhalla, but for some odd reason I'm like Donkey Kong 94. Like I don't have enough time to beat this game.
This is the game.
Like why does it keep going? How long is this game? It's just time. I don't have the time at the moment.
Sturts wants to know name a game mechanic you love and one that you aren't thrilled about.
Every game should have a glider. I've said it 1,000 times. All games are better with a glider. Horizon, Zelda, all of them. Wind Waker, you need a glider. Always.
Cindy from Final Fantasy 15. Great game mechanic.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Amazing.
I can give you one that I absolutely hate. Anytime I have to fucking romance characters or even build relationships with characters, I
Hang on.
that shit.
Have to or have the option to?
Both.
Because
Get
I
rid of
don't
it all.
have a whole lot of games
Instantly.
you have to romance somebody, but like it's there if you want to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to have to build relationships in any like not even just romance. I don't want to have to build relationships with anyone
Got you.
at all. I don't want to deal with reputation and building that shit up. No, I don't want to do that. I'm not here to make friends. Okay.
I have a game mechanic I hate. I hate when games give you things like a grappling hook, but you can only use it in certain spots. Fuck off with that. I despise that.
My only pushback would be that if I gave you a grappling hook right now, you could only in reality use it in certain spots. Like you can't just grapple to everything. That's not how grappling works.
Batman-
But at least let me try.
Yeah.
Let me.
I mean, I
just
guess
throw
you
the
can
grappling hook up
shoot
there,
it and
if
it just doesn't work. Yeah.
Also, Batman can grapple anywhere. He just grapples in the fucking sky and no one says anything about
So
that.
does Spider-Man.
It's a fucking video game. Who gives a fuck?
That's all the Spider-Man games. All of them.
No,
Just
that's
shoots
not
to
true.
the top of the screen and just
That's not true because if you're in Central Park and there's nothing to shoot web on, you can't attach to anything. There has to
Okay.
be buildings around.
okay, but the it just goes off. You don't actually get to see it. It just goes off of the screen.
It's a building.
It's
Yes.
implied.
And also, it's in
implied.
video
It's
games.
there.
Let me.
Oh,
grapple
so
with
now
fucking
it's a video game when it's Spider-Man, but when you can't grapple, it's not a video game.
No, I'm talking in general. Let me
He
grapple.
said,
whatever
"Oh,
the fuck I
it's
wanna-
a video game."
I said, either way, it's a video game. Let me grapple whatever the fuck I want to grapple at.
I got you.
Fuck off with all this.
He basically
Ooh.
wants the just cause mechanic. He wants that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna grapple, if you give me a grapple hook, I'm saying, oh, you have to go to this one section right here that it just happens to have a hook there that you can grapple at. Like there's just hooks just set up randomly all around the fucking world for you to grapple at. Fuck off with that. Just let me grapple. No,
Yeah.
I think he's saying W dad for the Cindy take. He's correct.
Like father, like son.
Yes.
Sounds about right.
You like Asian women with big breasts.
Will we ever get a Just Cause game again? That'll never happen, right?
No.
It's dead.
That's a good one to give away.
I also like
I
the
have some
morality
with it.
systems. I like morality systems in Fable and Infamous. Those
I
are
like
good.
morality systems.
I like them when they matter.
When they're good. I don't like it when they're like, hey, you could be bad, but it doesn't affect the game whatsoever.
Correct.
Just
That's why I say when they matter. Like I want it to matter. Like I want, if I'm evil, I want that shit to have a very serious effect. I don't
What
want it
morality
to-
system doesn't matter?
So like
There are a few of them.
Infamous, it doesn't really matter. Like you can be good or bad. Nothing.
I mean, it
really-
matters. People react to you differently. You
really
get different
change.
powers and stuff.
You get different powers, but it doesn't
People are
really
scared of
affect
you?
the outcome of the game.
You mean
Second
story
Son it
wise.
does.
It does in Second Son, yeah.
It completely
Second
does.
Son,
Second
yeah.
Son.
I want it
the
to
first one's-
matter.
I got you. Fable
Like,
is
for
the best
example-
version of that.
in Dishonored, if you kill people, there's more rats and you have a way, like, you will die a lot easier.
Yeah.
I dig that, but it doesn't make any sense. One person just turns the whole world to a hellscape all of a sudden. Like,
Mm-hmm.
So what happens in Fable, the more evil you are, the town and everything reflects that.
Yeah.
So it literally changes the environment around you. Everything gets dingier and crazy. People are angrier, meaner. And,
yeah, I want that. I also don't want you to be able to come back from that. Like, I don't want you to just be able to say, all right, let's slide it back the other way. Nah.
I'm very interested if the new Fable has a morality system.
I'm very curious if the new Fable comes out.
That's also a good thing. Yeah,
It's coming out.
We'll see.
it's gonna come.
2027 on the new Xbox.
I'm trying to think of a mechanic that I don't like. That's the harder one. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's a bunch, but
Yeah, my mechanics that I like when I can upgrade stuff. Anything that has an upgrade system where I can improve my weapons and make them better.
I like that too.
I need progression. Let's see.
I'm trying to
Donnie
find
tries to
something.
ponder if he can find something. We'll go on to the next question and we can come back to that.
Okay.
Stingray X says, what Ubisoft series would you like to see resurrected? For me, it would be Driver and the Stuntman series. Take care, fellas.
Someone yelled the stinger and said, "Stuntman is not Ubisoft."
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm like, relax. It's a video game podcast. It's okay.
Whoa. Hey, chill.
Why are you so angry? Yo. Watch Dogs, I guess.
Yeah, that was kind of my answer originally.
That's
Like,
the one I'm thinking.
Can we forget about Legion and just continue off of Watch Dogs 2, please? Like,
Yeah.
just do
What
that
was this
instead.
question?
What Ubisoft franchise you want to be bring back from the dead?
Rise from your grave.
You can't use Stuntman because it's not Ubisoft, apparently. People about to pull out their pitchforks.
Oh, man.
What he said? My son said something from another room.
I couldn't hear him.
Son, shut the fuck up. I'm podcasting.
My
There
answer
you
would
go.
be Driver, but because you already said it, I'll see Zombie U.
Zombie U.
I would buy another
Tell him to
Zombie U
shut
game.
up.
Dev
Tell him
said
to
shut up
shut
too.
up.
Dev said shut up too.
But Driver, I would like Driver to come back.
Driver was fun.
Driver's cool.
Let's-
Tell him he's not on the show.
He thinks he is.
Tell him he's not a character on the show.
He thinks he is. He thinks he's the fourth chair.
Um,
He doesn't realize that's not a real thing.
those Ubi art games,
Oh, those were good.
yeah, Valiant
Those were
Valiant
Valiant
Hearts
Hearts.
and Child of Light.
Child of Light was
Sequels
dope.
for those. I mean, we talked about earlier. Fuck, Rayman could just come back. That would be great if they just Rayman would come back. You know,
That'd be really good. Let me look up Ubisoft games.
You know, Splinter Cell. That'd be great. You know.
Oh, that's the one I
forgot
want.
about Splinter Cell. That's the game that I would imagine if I were
They were-
Xbox. That'd be the game I'd be after if I were them.
They were saying they were making another one, but I don't know what happened to that.
I think
They are. No,
announced
that's
that.
it. It's in development.
It's
yeah.
happening. Apparently,
I don't believe it.
I think
at
it's
some point.
next. I think it's next year. Yeah,
It's 2027 on the new Xbox.
probably published by Xbox. Mechanic wise, I couldn't find anything. The thing I was dancing around in are like tail missions when you have to follow somebody.
Ugh.
Oh,
yeah, I hate
those
those.
suck.
And then generally, like I mean, it is a mechanic, but it's not 100% applicable. But like I am somewhat turned off whenever I'm encountering like a turn by turn, like any sort of like, now it's your turn and click now it's my turn.
turn based.
Any turn based something, it generally, not always, but generally,
I like
right?
that.
Like sometimes I'll accept it, like a Pokemon game, a Fire Emblem game, like a real time strategy game, like that makes sense. But like Pokemon, even with Pokemon, like I get it, but like I don't want it. That's why I'm excited about the new one. Like I would like a more active battle system. Like I get so tired, it's just like menu the game. It's like, God, we have progressed beyond this. Like make actual controls. Why can't I punch the shit out of somebody's Hitmonchan? Let
we
me
can
be
do
the
this
Pokemon. Yeah, but like the tail missions suck. Like almost across the board.
Thanks a lot, Assassin's Creed. Thanks a lot.
Grand Theft Auto, like all of them, like so many. Like tail this car, tail this person, spot. Don't get too close. Mission fail. Like oh my fucking god.
Yeah, that is annoying.
You blow up the car and they're like, well, you failed. Sorry, you had to follow them all the way to the house and then kill them.
And then blow them up. Yeah.
Then it
why?
Yeah, that stuff is annoying.
Yep. Moving along, TPR wants to know which video game sidekick most deserved to be the hero.
I feel like Delvin should have a good answer for this.
No. But I do. I have an answer. I don't know if it's a good answer.
He's going to say Cindy that mechanic from Final Fantasy 15.
I should have said that, but that wasn't my answer. My answer is Johnny Silverhand. I kind of want to play as Johnny Silverhand.
You kind of do.
Yeah, but like he's in you. You are him.
Whoa.
And you play as him.
Yeah, he's in your head.
But he's kind of like your sidekick through the thing. You're not Johnny Silverhand. You're V, really.
Right, but it's your conscience.
Yeah.
He's your inner monologue.
I want to be Johnny Silverhand. I want to be him.
You
why?
get to be him a couple of times. So
yeah, you get to live his life.
Yeah, I'd rather play as Johnny Silverhand.
But then who would you talk to?
No one. I'm Johnny Silverhand. I don't need to talk to anybody.
But then you wouldn't have the conversations with Johnny, which is like, what the fuck? This makes half the game.
Don't need to have the conversation.
You do.
Because this would be
Johnny,
a different
just
game.
mute him. Just mute him.
I don't like this answer at all.
You don't have to like the answer. It's my answer.
It's my show.
Terrible answer. Terrible answer, sir.
That's not
Bad answer. It's a bad answer.
I like to play as Johnny Silverhand. That's who I want to play as.
Try again. Try again.
No.
Yeah. There you go. Think about this harder. You don't want to go with Tails or something. Like, come on, man.
No, why the fuck would I play as fucking Tails? That's a fucking fuck off with that.
Your whole son here.
No. I want to play the whole game as Johnny Silverhand. That's what I want to play as.
Then you wouldn't be able to talk to Johnny.
I don't want to fucking talk to Johnny. I want to play the goddamn game.
But that's the fun part.
Talking to Johnny
It's
is like
fun
the best.
to
It's like
you.
That's the best part of the game.
It's fun to you.
No, it's
play
fun
as-
to everyone that plays the game.
I'm the cool guy playing next to them. I want to play as the cool guy. I want to play as the guy talking to the cool guy.
Man, V is dope.
I'm gonna say V is way cooler than Johnny.
Yeah, and Johnny's kind of the bad guy.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick. He's kind of the reason we're in this shit.
Yeah.
I like that part. Yeah.
Interesting.
This is unhinged, Delvin. This is
No.
Delvin
You're out of
wants to
line.
be Megatron, basically.
You're out of line, Delvin.
Megatron's not wrong.
2 fouls.
Not a bad guy, in fact.
Oh my god. Man, fuck the sidekicks. That's why they're the sidekick. They can kick rocks. I'm the fucking hero, all right? I'm the captain.
I appreciate that I gave an answer. Y'all told my answer was bad. Dev gives no answer. His answer is fuck sidekicks in general. And no one yells at him about that.
Legit.
No one
Legit,
says you're
like,
out of line.
You know why? Because we're all still stuck on the bullshit you said.
No.
Because we can't process this nonsense you just said.
I'm not letting that shit slide. You can't give a non-answer like fuck sidekicks in general. All sidekicks in general, fuck them. The phone,
Legit.
the people, every sidekick in history, fuck them. No, that's not how that works. Pick a fucking sidekick. Anyone.
Nah.
Piece.
If it's up to me, I
You
just shoot them all in
piece
the
of
head.
shit.
Like playing SOCOM, I would just kill all of my other three. You know, I shoot them
I
all in the
hope
head.
you get a
and
fucking
move on.
flat tire tomorrow, you piece of shit.
But I'm looking up and reading because I don't know if I have a good answer for this. But the ones that keep coming up: Luigi, Tails.
Is Luigi a sidekick though? He's
Yeah.
not there with you.
No, I think Luigi's the ultimate sidekick.
Yeah,
He's
is
completely
the sidekick.
outshined by his whole fucking brother.
He is the sidekick.
The sidekick. Ken?
Yeah, Kid's kind of a sidekick.
Yeah.
Who?
Ken Masters. Ken.
How is he a sidekick?
He's a sidekick.
He's a sidekick.
Nobody knows his name. Like, literally, he can sing the "I'm Just Ken" song.
Yeah.
Like
He
1,000%.
literally kicks to the side.
Yeah.
That's like one of his moves.
Interesting.
Kazooie?
Sidekick.
Clank?
What is Kazooie?
Clank.
Atreus?
Ah, trash. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one.
I mean, he kind of was the hero.
Ellie's on this list, which is weird.
She's not really a well.
Well, she's a side, but she gets her whole game though. Like,
yeah,
you know,
it's kind of her story.
Yeah, it's
Thank
like
you. Thank you. Ken is a rival, not a side. He's not the fucking sidekick.
In the eyes of the people,
he's kind of
a sidekick.
He's kind of a sidekick.
That's dumb.
Yoshi?
People are dumb.
The Yosh?
He's a side. Doesn't he have his own game? He's got Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yeah, it's got a few.
He's a horse. He's a ride. He's an Uber.
He is an Uber.
Clementine is on this list. She's got her own she's got multiple seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Garrus?
Garrett Bland? Yeah, he's kind of
Garrus.
Oh, from Mass Effect.
Does that do anything for you?
No. He doesn't.
He still wants Johnny Silverhand. He's still on that trash.
Still on the fucking. Damn it, Delvin.
Who's a good sidekick from Mass Effect?
You ruined it all.
Fuck you, Delvin.
Good answer.
Sully.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'd play a Sully game.
That is a good game.
I would.
I like that idea.
As Elena.
We got that. We got to do that.
As Elena?
Nobody bought it.
No, not Elena.
Who
were the girls we played with?
Nadine.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Nadine
and Chloe.
Chloe.
She was
That's what I was
great.
thinking. Chloe.
That was a great game. Not enough people.
Elena, I would love like a Sully game. Maybe like a prequel, maybe like a back in time, like a retrospective type thing. You get into like some crazy like bar fights and shit. That'd be kind of cool.
I want old Sully.
You know, and I want to like go back and forth. That's what I was thinking. Like maybe he's like telling somebody stories of the past, and you get to play them. Like that'd be dope.
Waking up, taking his arthritis pills.
Yeah, like pees goes to pee like 3 or 4 times a night. Like yeah. I'm here for it. That'd be dope. Look, we got people that they're like, yeah, we have support.
Yeah,
Justice for Sully.
Yes, I like it. I like this
That'd be
idea.
good. It'd be super fun.
Jeez.
I want to like cheat some people out of their money.
Yeah. Philander with some hussies. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like this. Sonny looks like he philanders with hussies. Yeah.
Wow.
It's good.
Yeah. Again, fuck sidekicks.
Wow.
Fuck you, Delvin. Solo. I can't believe you did this. It's habitual. This is like some Charlie Murphy era shit. Like,
Goddamn right. Goddamn right.
Jesus.
And our final question of the night comes from none other than our 4th chair, Delvin Jr. He says, a bit ago, AI was suggested to be used to remaster old titles, which was hated by everyone. What do you guys think is the right way to remaster a title?
I don't think it was hated by everyone.
People hated on it, but I don't think people knew what the fucking
people hate AI in general, but like
people heard AI and flipped out.
Well, listen, I'll tell you. Well, I don't know. I don't really know what he's referring to in terms of people or what was written about this idea. What I will tell you is in several remakes and remasters that we have a lot of art that has been like procedurally generated, and I would point to the example of the Grand Theft Auto trilogy. There was a lot of art that looks like it was just generated by a machine that like wasn't in the originals. They just kind of looked like it, and a lot of people pointed that out. So like it's one thing to be like, we'll just have AI do it, but like what does that really mean in execution? Like can AI do it to the letter of the law, or is it going to change things?
Yeah.
Right? Because oftentimes it changes things. Like I typed into, when the Xbox news came out, I was talking about putting Gears on Switch. I went to Chat GPT and I said, I want a picture of a Switch with Gears of War on it. And I'm not sure if you guys saw what it gave me.
I saw the picture.
It gave me a Switch that didn't have thumbsticks.
That wasn't a Switch.
And it called it like Gears of Gold War. So I didn't even get this title right. You know,
that
it's
wasn't
like
a Switch.
you can't even do this. You can't even do this simple. I need one photo of these two things that exist. They couldn't even do that right.
That was like a fixture. That wasn't a Switch.
So I think that's the issue, or at least with how people think, is like, it's easy to say like, oh yeah, we're going to use, I think if you're talking about Delvin Jr., if you're talking about Microsoft talking about like, we can use AI to remaster game. I think that's just buzzwords. They're just saying that to say AI to like get their stock to pop. I don't think that actually exists. I don't think they have like an AI tool that they can like feed a ROM into it and it spit out like a better, like I don't think that's a thing. I think that was just marketing speak. It was just talk.
I've always had
Yeah. Daniel says Gears on Gwar. That's what it was called. You know, and it's just like, what are we doing? Like, you're putting all your hopes on this thing that can't even do this, right? Like, there's lots of examples like that. I'm not sure if you guys have ever dabbled in it, but there's like really basic things. Like, you ask AI to like do basic math and it can't.
Yeah.
Like, it can't do it. And you're like, this is the hopes and dreams of our future. You know, it's like,
I've never asked AI to do a goddamn thing.
I think AI is best used as a tool, not as a solution. And I think the problem we have now with AI is a lot of people trying to use it as a solution and not a tool. And that's why I think
we're solving problems that we don't have.
Yeah. Like, hey, we can use AI to make this game. Like, we don't need to do that. We don't need that.
All we're doing is we're using AI to not pay people. That's all we're doing with AI.
And that's where it becomes
Like, we're not using AI to like make like a positive good. Like, can we get somebody to like, it'd be great if AI could tell you like if you're gonna have a heart attack soon. Like, can we let AI do that? Can we put all the power in the world to like do that? Or like maybe it to do like maybe city planning? Can AI tell us how to alleviate traffic? Yeah. Like, can we use this to solve societal problems, or no, we can only use it to replace inline workers and reduce our labor costs? That's the only thing we can use this for. You know, like, why are we using AI to replace the jobs that people want? People like doing art and music and shit. Like,
let's have them do stuff nobody wants to do.
Yeah, let's put some AI robots on roofs.
Hey, Sean says AI can spot cancer on scans.
I was just going to talk about that.
Can we put AI to work on getting rid of cancer? Let's do that. Let's get some AI to help us get rid of cancer.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to use the technology tool to save money. That's all that seems to be like the interest. Do you guys see the Aloy AI thing?
I saw that it was a thing, but I didn't watch it. I
saw it.
Care.
I'm like, this is
it's off-putting, but it is like, I'm not sure if you guys remember like Project Milo.
I remember Project Milo.
It is kind of like I'm like that iterated
evolution
on.
of it.
And I'm not like, I don't hate it. Like, it is kind of interesting, the idea of being able to interact with characters on screen. Like, I think AI could do something, at least to make it feel more responsive. Like, I don't want it to do all the writing. I don't want AI to like write the story, right? But like, could you give NPCs like optional dialogue that they could do based on your choices and let AI like script it? That'd be neat.
Yeah,
it would make things feel a little bit more responsive. I think that's interesting.
I don't want to talk to Aloy, fam. I don't need to talk to her.
I'm not talking about her. Honestly, I'm thinking of games like Elder Scrolls, like Mass Effect, like where where you have these dialogues like with characters, like Avowed. You know, like, could they make that feel more like a real conversation and prompt it? That's not.
They can. I think there's ways they could do that, but the way they show it, I'm like, I don't want to do this. They're like, oh, you can talk to Aloy and ask her questions. Like, I don't know. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good. I don't want to talk to people in video games as it is.
I don't want to talk to people in real life. Now you gonna make me talk to them in fake life? No. Leave me the fuck alone.
See, there goes that relationship building stuff. I'm good. I got enough friends.
It's crazy that we took like this super powerful, multi-server stack technology and we like used it to replace like, we don't want people to have to draw pictures or like write songs.
That's what society does.
It's fucking wild, and it's like. Can we use AI to like be able to better predict like betting odds and like fix the market so we can all get rich or something? Like, can we do that? Like,
no.
We don't want people to draw.
Once we figure it out,
we don't want to pay people to draw.
We don't want to pay people to draw.
It's all the time. Money? They figure out how to make money off of it, and they figure out how to fuck it. Those are the two things they always try to figure out immediately.
Or the other thing that they want to try to. This is one for me. I got onto this. I tried to book a hotel room like several months ago or a month ago. Remember my wife and we went out? I told you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Went to a hotel.
Yes.
So I went to go book the room. I had it set up and everything. I even verified. Took a screenshot. I got it set up. It was supposed to be on Tuesday and everything. I pressed checkout, and the resolution screen I got changed the date.
That happened to me before.
So I had to call to get it fixed because I tried doing the chat bot, and the chat bot just keeps circling me back to the same FAQ page. I'm like, this is not answering my question. So I had to call. Dude, it took like 70 minutes to get somebody on the phone because I had to jump through so many like AI chat bot prompts, like teleprompt. I'm like, can we not pay somebody to pick up the phone? Like, it feels like, to me, this is definitely old man energy, but like in my head, it's like you have a whole fucking corporation that has properties across the country. We can't, picking up the phone needs to be automated. We can't do that. That feels like the basics of what every business can do. Like, you open the door, you unlock the door, and you answer the phone.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do business? And you're like, nah, we're not answering the phone no more.
It's so annoying.
God, it was so annoying. I'm like, we just can't even answer the phone anymore.
And they put you through so many hoops to get to an actual person.
Yep. It's so annoying.
So that's my issue with like the whole AI thing is it just feels like that's what we're aiming at. And it's like, it's a bad experience for all involved. It might be cheaper, it might be better for the shareholders, but like at every level of customer interaction, it gets worse. Like, we shouldn't accept this so like, we shouldn't allow this to happen, but we are, but we will. So,
yeah. Well, do we have a right way to remaster a game? Let people do it.
You buy a team of people that are good at their job, you pay them a salary and let them do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you pick a game that people want to play again, and then guess what they'll do? They'll buy it, and then you'll make enough money for everybody involved. It really is a simple process. Like, it doesn't need to be that hard.
Stop trying to pinch pennies.
Yep.
It's just like they
Look at The Last of Us. They perfected that process.
They act like they can never, ever take a loss. There's zero room for any sort of struggle. They want to pick and choose any and every project they want. They want to be able to make games you don't want, and they also want to ensure that they succeed.
Yeah.
Right.
Doesn't work like that.
And when it doesn't succeed, their answer is, well, let's fire people to it and we'll try again. It's like, no, nobody wants what you're doing. Nobody wants this. Stop doing this. Make different games.
And we told you we don't want this, and you keep trying to give us this.
They'll do it again and again and again. Yeah. It really does feel like that's been a thing, at least with some of the more, higher budget projects lately. Like, they just keep doubling down on it. And it's like, dude, no, but it's like, it's clear as day the market's rejecting it, but they're like, we'll try again. But they never say that. They never say that part. They never people don't want this. That's never an excuse.
Damn shame.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. We made it to the end, gentlemen. All the questions answered. All the news talked about. And it's, is it, what time is it for y'all? It's almost midnight? Or is it midnight now?
Midnight.
It's midnight.
Look at that. It's not 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's not
good.
bad. Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Nope. Well, I hope you guys all had fun listening to our shenanigans and nonsense. You know what you come here for. You come here for the shenanigans and nonsense because Lord knows we don't have a whole lot of video game takes.
Yeah.
Possums.
Possums.
Didn't have fun.
Possums.
Oh, well, I don't care. Too bad.
Yeah, we're here for
next week.
Possums.
Damn, Delvin.
and Michael Jackson.
Maybe next week. Good luck.
That's
No,
exactly
no.
what Sean says. Man, video games are fun. That's exactly what I was doing. I'm like, what a terrible way to end the show. Like, can somebody ask us a better question?
No. This is the perfect
Your question
way to
was
say.
fine, but that's a bummer way to do it.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Tired of AI.
Fuck AI.
I'm so tired of hearing about it already.
Well,
It's like,
AI is
dude.
Same.
Allen Iverson's great.
Yeah, AI is amazing. Amazing
AI.
player.
Not too
Number
fun.
3, he was dope. Yeah.
He was on fire there for a minute.
He's no Penny Hardaway, but he's great.
That's wild.
gosh.
That's an outlandish thing
Here
to
we
say.
go.
That is a wild fucking thing to say.
Here
That's
we go.
crazy talk.
Much like his Johnny Silverhand take.
Facts. Habitual.
No Penny
Habitual.
Hardaway. But We all can't be Penny Hardaway.
What do I do my legs, Eddie Murphy? We're gonna have to fucking thump his legs, Dev.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I have women who do that for me.
You see me and Dev and be like, listen, we had him at the house party, we beat his ass. Like, what do I do with my legs?
Now this is the way you're in the podcast.
Like, geez.
And on that note, play some video games, damn it.
Nobody's sleeping in the middle of the bed. The middle of the bed is only where you do the business. But when everybody's ready to sleep, it's the side of the bed that can't be beat. It's the middle of the bed where lovers meet. But when it comes time to slumber, it's the edges. Ooh, 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 the edges.